And we are live, y'all. Hello, everyone. Emily's here, Pamela's here, Priscilla and Darlene and Pamela. Oh my gosh, all my friends are here. All the people that are here every single day when I hit that live button. Cindy, how's Cindy Lou Who doing tonight? Hello, Nick. How's everybody? It's another Connecting with You night. I'm so excited. We have some people in the green room right now that we get to meet. I'm so excited to talk to everybody today. Hey, Matthew Kent, Lauren King, Jessica Miller, Casey Nealon, how are you? Christine, always Disney dreaming, my good friend. I miss your face. How's everybody tonight? Hi, Stephanie. Did the pants work out? Anne said. So a few of them worked and a few of them didn't work. So I just have to return the two pair that I got, the Lee brand. The Sonoma brand fit, but the Lee brand did not. So they run a little bit big. So I'm actually going to have to bring the 14s and get a 12. But the Sonoma 14s was a go. So Lee pants, I guess, run a little bit big. I never bought those before. But thank you for watching the vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate that. Emily said, husband is working again, so I'm lonely. Got used to him being home for 3 months. That's going to be me, Emily. My husband's been home this whole time working for, well, like the first 2 weeks, I think he was still going to the office. Thank you, Christine. And but he's been here like for the longest. And so I'm going to be feeling that way when he goes back to work, which they still haven't said anything about them going back to the office yet. So yeah, you can't try on any clothes at Kohl's. I don't know about every store, but I know Kohl's was like, no. And also Target won't let you try on. Probably everybody's kind of doing that right now. So your waitress at Chili's was that crazy Disney girl. Well, it was funny. Hey, buddy. Hi. We would love to have you come on again one night if you ever want to. I know we all miss you. It's unfortunate that you can't stream in Shanghai for us, but we'd love to have you on. So the girl, I didn't go into great detail on the vlog, but when I got to Chili's and I sat down, my server, that young lady, her name is Tony with an I. She came over and she immediately saw my Dooney and Burke bag that has all the Disney dogs on there. And she only noticed Lady from Lady and the Tramp. She goes, oh my gosh, you have a Dooney and Burke that has Lady on it. And then she looked a little closer and she went, wait, it's got all the Disney dogs on there. She was like totally freaking out about my purse. And she said, I am the biggest Disney fan. And if you need to know anything about Disney, I'm your girl. Like, I can show you around or whatever. And I was like, I was laughing on the inside because I'm like, you don't know who I am. I'm that crazy Disney lady. And we had a whole conversation about the Disney parks and how much we love it. And she sat down at the table with me. We had a nice conversation. And I told her that I had a YouTube channel. And I don't know if she's watching, but I hope she at least watched the vlog where she had a little segment in it. And yeah, it was super fun meeting her. Tony with an I, if you're ever at Chili's in Winter Garden. She was super fun. So, but we have people waiting in the green room. I'm going to go ahead and start bringing some people in. Robin's not here yet. Hi, Cody Daniel. How are you? Hopefully we can meet you in Disney Springs the week of June 22nd. We are still coming down just to get out of the house we rented an Airbnb. Heck yeah, I agree with that 100%. So I do want to, before we go any further, I do want to say that I know that this is like a blackout day for all social media. Oh, Robin's here. Hi.
Hi. Sorry I'm late.
How are you? Take a deep breath. It's okay. I was running a little late too, but only because we were having a little bit of technical difficulty in the green room. But I think we're all set now.
Okay.
We have Samantha, Kristen, and Lolo does Disney in the green room, and I
Yay.
need to get them in here because they've been waiting since 8 o'clock. But
We were having a little family meeting with Ryan, so trying to.
is
Yeah, he
everything well? Let's talk about that at the end so you can share all that with us.
No problem. Hi, everybody.
I was getting ready to say something before I brought you in. Oh, about the blackout. I know this is blackout for social media today, and I have not posted on my Instagram and I have not posted on my Facebook. But if you look at the blackout, the message says to stay off of your social media, posting things and streaming things, unless it's doing something for the community for the good.
Yeah.
And I feel like us coming together every day like we do is doing something good for all of us. And I'm going to cry because I only say that because I get so many messages from people saying how much this has helped them through all of this. So with that being said, I made the decision to continue to stream tonight. Yep. So
you're pixelated.
I'm so Emma, ding.
Hi, Samantha. Marty, hey, how are you? We miss you so much. Tanya said last night, we got to get Marty on here to chat. We miss you, Marty. Marty's here.
I know. I told her, I was like, even though you can't stream for us in Shanghai, we would love to talk to you again.
Absolutely.
So I'll message her, and if she is ever available to come on and have, just talk with us, we'd love to talk to her again. She's so great.
Yes.
Awesome. So first up, we're going to bring in Samantha and get to know Samantha a little bit better, and she can tell us all about Samantha. I'm excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Carpin is in the house.
Hey, Samantha.
So, Samantha, do you prefer it to be like this, or do you like to be more close up where you feel, which way makes you feel more comfortable?
I think I like that upside down pyramid thing that we had going.
Like this.
Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
You like it like that so you're not so up close? Okay. Some people are more comfortable sitting up and some more comfortable sitting back. So I wanted to make you feel comfortable, just like I would if you were here at my home.
Yeah.
But welcome, Samantha Carpin. How are you?
Doing good. How are you? How are you guys?
It is so nice to have you here and meet you. And I see you got your love for Minnie going on there.
Yes, I went all Disney with my attire and my drinkware today.
Oh, heck yeah.
I didn't even get a drink to come in here. I was like rushing to get here. So I was like, I didn't even grab a water, nothing.
I know. We really need to grab us a drink, I'm sure. I'm completely out of Seagrams. So I don't even have a Seagrams. And then I drank all the rum, so I can't make me a drink of... Yeah, I drank all the rum. I was like a pirate this month and drank it all up.
It's gone.
Take a deep and let it out. We're all okay.
We're all okay.
Okay. So Samantha, where's home for you, hon?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And then
she's in Pittsburgh. No way.
Yep.
That's awesome. I don't know if Amy's in chat, but Amy is also from Pittsburgh. So
yeah,
that's pretty exciting.
Yes, do you want to send him over?
Do you know this or not, but we are Pittsburgh Steeler fans.
I do know that.
Are we good on sound?
We're good on sound, but you're pixelated a little bit again.
That's what's going on. Hold on a second.
Yep. Okay.
Why is this doing this to me?
I don't know. Another rough technical day. Who do we have on tonight? Hey, Jack, Sandy Claus Logan, how are you? Hi, Priscilla. Hi, Crayola. Lots of people on tonight.
How are we? Is that better?
Yeah, much better.
All right, just continue to let me know if that happens. I don't know what's going on. I've turned off the other monitors.
Yep, I'll try to keep an eye on you.
And I do have to spin the wheel 4 times tonight, so don't let me forget.
Okay.
I'm excited about that.
Got it.
Oh, Michael B said Steelers for... Wait, I missed him.
Dwayne
saw
said, "Go
Steelers.
Steelers."
Steelers forever for the rest of my life. Giants and Eagles. Oh yeah.
Hi, Lady Di.
So I'm having a little bit of a problem with sound for some reason.
Really?
It's like delayed. I was asking where you were from. You said Pittsburgh. And I was asking you, did you know that my husband and I are Steelers fan? More him. I'm just kind of married into it.
Well, that's how it's got to be sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, I remember you mentioning a few times that you're Steelers fans, and yeah, I'm not too big on football though.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. Like, how do you feel about?
I'm a hockey fan, so
hockey.
The Pens
Penguins, yeah.
So the Penguins, yeah. My husband watches them too.
Ooh, very good. I actually went to my first Pens game at the end of January, and they were playing the Flyers, and that's like a big
rivalry there, yeah.
It was so much fun.
So have you ever been to a game?
Yeah, that one, the Pens Flyers one.
The one that you were just talking about, you were actually there for that game. Oh wow, how exciting!
It was so much fun.
I bet. Cool. So how did you find that Crazy Disney Lady channel?
So I was listening to Mainstream Moments podcast on one of
Yes.
And I was going through their backlog of podcasts, and then I got to the episode where they interviewed you, and I really loved the stories that you told about finding your love for Disney and everything. So I decided to look you up on YouTube, and then I found your streams, and I was like you just seem so relatable and down to earth, and just genuine, just genuinely you don't. I'm trying to keep my language family friendly.
No level 4s, right? No level 4s. Oh, that's so funny.
No level 4s.
Yeah.
She's just like BS around.
Yep.
Well, I'm so glad that you found the channel.
Yes,
we love having you in chat, and it's nice to see your face and have names and faces to go together. I know I say that a lot, but it really is like really important to me to know everybody, and that way, just like meeting people, whether I meet you in the park. Some people I've never met face to face don't even know what they look like, but I feel like I have a connection with them, and I know Robin feels the same way. Like, we've connected with people through this, and it's pretty amazing. Yes. So, but thank you. I appreciate that for being here, for being part of the crazy crew. And so you heard my Disney story on that interview. I'd love to hear your Disney story.
Oh, what was that? That I had some lag. I'm sorry.
Am I pixelated again?
No, you look fine on my end.
Okay. So I was saying that I know you heard my Disney story on the podcast, but I would love to hear your Disney story.
Okay. So I've just always grown up around Disney. I haven't been to the parks too much. I had my first trip whenever I was around 4, and I actually have a really funny story from my first moments in Disney. So we decided. My parents decided that it'd be so nice to have like my first sight of Disney be us taking the ferry in, and I had this hat on to shield my face because I was a little 4-year-old who was white as can be. So I always had to wear my hat so I wouldn't get sunburned. And then my dad, and at first I didn't even like the ferry that much. Something about it freaked me out, so I was already kind of upset. And then my dad took my hat off my head without me noticing and said, "Samantha, honey, where'd your hat go?" And I just wigged out.
Oh no.
So I'm flipping out on the ferry, and I actually have this picture with me right here where my first picture in Disney World, I'm just miffed. It's in front of Cinderella Castle, and I'm just not a happy girl. That's my mom
All
and
of that
I.
was over the hat. Were you
That
still
is
mad
the-
about your hat right there?
I'm not really sure. I just know I was pretty mad at my dad.
Funny thing is,
Aw.
I remember those strollers.
Yeah.
Those metal clickety clackety strollers were terrible.
I think Mariah was in those clickety clackety strollers. And then
Yeah.
they got better as the boys came along.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Are you a student? Do you work? What do you do every day?
So I do staffing for the contracted workers within a business consulting company here in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds like an important job.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
exciting.
there's a lot goes into it. My mind is never at rest. There's always something that needs to be done. It gets kind of stressful sometimes.
I bet,
but
yeah.
hey, it's a big girl job.
When's the last time you were at Disney World?
Last time I was at Disney World was back when I was 21, the year after my junior year of college. And we only had gone to that trip. We only went to Hollywood Studios because I wanted to see all the Star Wars stuff that was there at that moment. So I saw Launch Bay for the first time. I met Kylo Ren, hugged Chewie, and saw all that and geeked out. And I want to go back so bad and see Galaxy's Edge, ride Rise of the Resistance, and probably cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna cry.
So you probably got to see like the First Order March when it was still on Hollywood Boulevard that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I
the
missed that.
stage show.
Oh, at the stage show. Yep, those are both gone now.
I know. I was listening to D Park Radio the other day, and the March of the First Order came on, and I was like, oh, I miss it so much.
It was so. I know not everybody liked it, but I could be anywhere in the park and hear that music, and I would just go to it, no matter where I was. I loved it that much, and I would watch it a couple of times. Maybe coming in the park, I'd stop and watch it, and leaving the park, I'd stop and watch it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So you were talking about Star Wars. So of course you're a Star Wars fan. You were talking about you got to meet Kylo and Chewie.
Yes.
Who are your favorite Disney characters other than the Star Wars characters?
Belle. Belle is my number one. She will always be.
Belle is your number one.
I love that.
Look, I have our number ones right behind me. My number one over here.
Mm-hmm.
There.
And your number one over there. I'm backwards, so I don't know.
I know.
I like Belle too. Oh, and yeah, you have Belle there.
And because of you, I've formed a love of Cinderella.
Really?
Yes, because of your story with you and Mariah, and how she took that time when you first had visited the parks with Mariah, and that story just warms my heart.
Yeah.
It was really, that was it for me. That was what did us in for sure, both of us. Like,
yeah,
Mariah was so little, but she remembers that. I mean, not in detail,
right?
But she remembers Cinderella telling her that she could come stay in the cast with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
That's
and
so
like
cool.
when we first walked up there, she said to Mariah, because Mariah had on like these fancy shoes, and she said, "Oh my, I love your slippers. Did your prince give them to you?" And that's how it all started. And then Mariah was all in. She was ready to talk about it. It was definitely a magical moment. So anytime you get a moment like that, and that's why, like the other day, I was listening to Tom from Tom Does Disney. He was being interviewed, by Nick from Magical News Live.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting on the side of I-4 in the pouring rain, and I was listening to the interview. And he said, Tom doesn't have any kids, but he said, I can only imagine. I'm like super emotional today because I feel like I'm going to cry when I say this. He said, I can only imagine what it would be like to be a father and your daughter meeting Cinderella for the first time.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there crying my eyes out. I was like, yeah, it's very, very magical moments.
It is. It is.
Do you have any magical moments like that, Samantha, that you remember? Like whenever you said you've been coming since you were like 4 or 5, like were there any moments like that that you remember? Hey, David.
Not that I remember specifically. I just remember just meeting any of the characters that I really loved and just being enamored. I remember meeting Ariel whenever I was 4 and thinking that she was the real Ariel from the Little Mermaid movie. And I don't know where this picture is right now, but you can just see on my face that I'm just like so freaking happy to be Ariel.
Yeah.
And that's one of the that's one of the things I love about like seeing little kids in Disney on whether it's been in person or on the streams. It's just seeing that look, that twinkle in their eye. And I used to say whenever I have kids, oh, I'm not taking my kids to Disney till they're like 10 or 12. But as I
no, don't wait that long.
and as I get older, I think, okay, when I have kids, they're going when they're little because I need to see that.
You need that
and then you'll have all the stories to tell them and the pictures to share with them, like you were there when you were 2, or you were there when you were 1. And
unbelievable.
You know, yeah, definitely don't wait. I always say don't wait. But I do also know that not everybody gets an opportunity to come as often as I did, or as Robin did, or some like Kristen that we're going to talk to here in a little bit. Not everybody gets a chance to come as often as we do. So if it is that one and only trip, you know, maybe you would want them to be a little bit older so that they can remember it, the trip for themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just if you feel like you would be able to come more regularly, then definitely bring them when they're little. For you know, for your own memories and experiences and magical moments. So
well, every so often I do get this temptation to just run away and move down to Florida, and
I think we all do. The funny thing is, like, all of us that love Disney so much, we do have to think about that. And things, you know, real life just kind of gets in the way sometimes. And it did for me for years. We always wanted to come and move here. And then finally it was like the stars aligned, everything fell into place, and we were able to just pick up and move. And not everybody can do that. I know that. And you know, some people have grandchildren, or maybe your child is starting high school and there's no sense in uprooting them to a whole new school when they're almost done. There's just like so many different things that maybe you have a sick parent, you know, you don't know what kinds of things happen. But if it's really what you want to do, Samantha, like if you really feel like you would be happy here, don't wait until you're 40 plus years old. You know what I'm saying? Like I did. I wish I would have just been like, you know what? We're going. We're just going. Because I missed out on a lot because of that. And it really is a dream come true for a lot of people to be able to live here in the magic. So, but yeah, let's talk about like, so your last visit you just told us about. Do you have any plans to come to Disney at all in the future, like sometime soon, or?
Well, before all of this,
before
all of this happened, I had serious thoughts of planning a trip, getting some friends together and coming down to Disney and rope dropping all of the parks and everything, riding everything. And then this happened.
Yeah. Right now it's not a good time. I understand that.
Yeah, and one of my professors from college is a Disney travel agent. So I was gonna hit her up, hire her to help me plan my trip, and that's probably not gonna happen for at least another year now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
makes me really sad because it's
Well, in a year now, Disney will still be here and it will be
Yep.
more magical than ever. So you just hang on to that and now you have something to look forward to.
That's right. You wait, and
So
there'll be so
other
much more
than
to celebrate
Hollywood
next year.
Studios, what is your favorite park?
See, I'm split between Magic Kingdom because of nostalgia. That's quintessentially Disney. The castle's there. All the princesses are there. And just all the classic stuff is in Magic Kingdom. And then my nerdy side loves Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, I get that.
Because of the great movie ride whenever it was there, the Star Wars stuff, as I mentioned, and I really want to go on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely want to do that. It's super fun. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Return of the Jedi.
Okay. A lot of people say that. A lot of people. Almost everybody, for the most part, says that.
I also hear about Empire.
Empire.
And then I know a couple people where Revenge of the Sith is their favorite.
Yep.
That's me.
Mm.
That's me.
The one thing
And my daughter.
well, the thing I can give the prequels is for, the early 2000s, the special effects were really, really good. And visually, they were good films.
Yes. I agree.
Story was a little on the side.
And as someone who does theater, the acting was a little...
Yeah.
Except for Ewan McGregor, because...
Yeah, I mean, he's Ewan McGregor.
He's perfection.
Yes.
Nothing to do.
He was good. He was really good.
So what about Disney movie outside of Star Wars? What's your favorite Disney movie?
Oh, Beauty and the Beast, hands down.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Of course. Did you love the live action? I did too.
I was cautiously optimistic going in there. I cried because it was so beautiful.
Same.
I'm not the type of person to cry in movies, but I'm just like, this is so beautiful.
When the Beast started to sing is whenever I lost it. Like that was like so powerful. And that was a shocker for me. I didn't expect it. Like everything else was kind of like on point to the animated version. And then we got that and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible.
Absolutely. And one of the things I really loved is that they had Audra McDonald in there as Madame de Garderobe, and she's a big name in the Broadway community. Yep. So that's something I really loved about that film as well.
Yep.
So what's your favorite Broadway show?
Oh, Lord. You just look at it.
That's hard for you, huh?
It's very hard. I really love Cabaret. I would love to play the MC in that.
Oh.
Because I've seen a few productions where the MC is played by a female. And then I want to play Belle in a stage Beauty and the Beast so badly. Newsies was really good whenever it was on Broadway as well.
Yes. I haven't seen it, but
I haven't seen Newsies
really,
either.
really good.
Nope.
So have you been in any plays?
Yeah, I actually studied theater in college.
Okay.
And so I did 2 or 3 shows every year. And I'm getting back. I was starting to get back into performing in theater, and I was cast in a production of A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, wow.
As the happy medium.
Oh, yeah.
And that was actually supposed to open at the beginning.
That seems like it would be a really tough role.
Yeah,
Was it?
Well, we never even started
rehearsing.
We haven't gotten to do it yet. Our new opening day was pushed to August. So we're really hoping that we'll be able to open that show.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to take on that role and take on the difficulties with that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. That
My
sounds
son's a
exciting. You'll have to
huge
let us
theater
know if it opens.
Yeah.
I definitely will. I'll shoot some messages in the chat.
Very cool.
Thank you.
My son
So is there
finished
anything
his
else you'd like to share?
college career doing Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's so good at that stuff too. He's so good.
He loves it.
Yeah, every so often I'll go onto like the audition boards and see what auditions are going on, because it's something that is so tempting for me to just go to one of the auditions and see what happens. My boyfriend and I were joking around the other day, like, let's just run away and become cast members and talk about what.
There you go. Got to start somewhere, right?
Talk about what roles we would do within Disney.
Yep.
Yeah. You do have to start somewhere, and sometimes they have auditions up in.
Yep. In different areas. You're pixelated
you
again.
Try out.
Mm-hmm.
We were losing her again. Yeah, they usually will have auditions, different places around the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I would assume that that's for everyone to attend. But I know, they've done that where DCPs will go. But I think that's for anybody that is choosing to apply, that they have different locations around the country that they will host auditions.
Yeah. Oh,
which is cool.
I see Corey from Living in Disney there. Hi, Corey.
Hi, Corey. I didn't see him.
Thanks for the follow on Instagram. I was really excited.
Oh, cool.
What's up, Corey?
I saw Mel pop in too. I said hi to Mel. You're back.
Yes.
You're good.
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
No. You keep getting pixelated.
Brian said, CDL is malfunctioning again. Joe said, audition for the entertainment at Walt Disney World. I highly recommend it. Best decision I ever made. That's what Joe said.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
And I hear a lot of people say that. So if you love it.
Yep.
Yeah. Once a year, I think they come up to Pittsburgh. So I'm just going to have to keep my eyes peeled for that Pittsburgh audition.
Yeah.
Or go to, there's sometimes some in New York that I've seen. So I might just have to, take a trek out there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that's what's intended for me, it'll work out.
You never know.
That's right.
So is there anything you'd like to share with us about yourself that I haven't asked you about?
I know when we were talking in the green room, I was telling you that my grandma was born in Kentucky. So I have a little Southern blood in me as well.
Yeah, that's
Very
so cute
cool.
because for just like a split second, I kind of picked up on a little bit of a Southern accent whenever you were talking to me earlier in the green room. So that was pretty interesting. So your grandmother was born in Kentucky, but did everybody move to Pittsburgh? Like that's where you grew up?
No. So she was born in Kentucky, but she spent most of her life in Virginia until she was 16, whenever she married my grandfather before he got shipped overseas for World War II.
Okay.
And this as a 16-year-old, I couldn't even imagine this. Like she was an amazing woman. She traveled by herself up to Pennsylvania to meet her in-laws. And stuff like that just floors me. I could not have done that at 16.
It's amazing. That's
Things
brave.
were a lot different back then, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Things were a lot different. Like a 16-year-old in today's world would be like, what am I supposed to do? I have a 23-year-old that sometimes still says, well, how am I supposed to do that? Child, you got to pick up the phone and you call somebody and you find out. That's what you do.
Make a phone call? Are you kidding?
Yeah,
Stephanie's
pick
like,
up the
I'm
phone
not
and
calling.
freaking call
I'm
some.
not calling.
You better call them.
I'm not
And I'll be like, well, if you don't call and you don't get what you're supposed to get, then that's on you. I don't know what to tell you at that point.
Exactly.
You got to handle your
if
business.
They can't do it online, they don't want to do it.
I know. I'm like,
Make
you
a
got to
phone
call somebody.
No. She knows I'm talking smack about her. She just came in and whipped the door open.
Yeah, you're talking smack when you are the one who doesn't call either.
I'll make phone calls.
No,
I
you
did
won't.
my whole life.
No, you won't.
I did my
You're
whole
a liar. You're a liar.
I hear you make phone calls all the time, Robin, so we know you do. But it's so true.
Much.
Stephanie said, for real.
She's too much.
Well, Samantha, it was so nice to meet you, sweetheart. And thank you for being part of the crazy crew. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for welcoming me.
It was so nice to meet you.
Yeah.
It's meet you guys.
It's so nice to meet you. And if you're ever here with your girlfriends in 2021 on this big trip, I'd love to say hello to you.
I would love to meet y'all in person on these.
Awesome.
That would be great. That would be great. Well, you have a wonderful evening. And I'm sure we'll chat with you again someday in the future.
All right. Sounds great.
Keep us posted and let us know if you get to when that opening day is going to be, because we want to know about that. That would be awesome.
Absolutely.
I'll be sure to let y'all know.
That sounds
Thank
exciting.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, Samantha.
Bye, Samantha.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, sweetie.
Nice to meet you as well.
She was so sweet.
Yes.
Okay, so that was Samantha Carpin, and that's usually her name in chat too, Samantha Carpin. So I don't know if you all have, any of you all have made friends with Samantha, but it was so nice to meet her.
Yeah.
Wait, David's home.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you, Mindy girl.
That is fantastic. Such great news.
That's great, because originally you said they were looking at Wednesday to Sunday, somewhere in there. So, that's good news.
That is good news. That means you're doing good. That's great news.
I figured you were when I saw you said that you had us back on the 50-inch screen. I'm like, he must be home.
Oh, yeah. I hate to think about that on our faces on a big 50-inch screen. Like, how's that looking right now? That's kind of scary. I did love meeting Samantha. She was a sweetheart. And next up, we have Lolo Does Disney. And I'll let him tell us how to pronounce his actual name, because I don't think I know how. So, here we go. Lolo is in the house. What's up?
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Lolo.
That is much better. Now we have sound.
How you doing?
Well,
I can hear too.
Well, I had to change it to my phone because my computer was like going crazy. So I was like, you know what? Let's get it to the phone. But
there you
I'm
go.
doing well.
So Lolo Does Disney. You have to tell me, how do you pronounce your name?
Oh, well, it's really a line, like a straight line. It's
a line.
Yeah, like
a line.
Yes.
Okay, that's easy. Much easier than I thought whenever I came across your name. And when I spun the wheel that night and your name came up, I had no idea who you were.
Right.
And Janae happened to be in the chat. She said, that's Lolo. And I was like, no freaking way. So it's so nice to meet you. We are in an engagement group together on Instagram. That's how I know Lolo.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's how you found my channel, right? Through Tom, because you knew Tom from Tom Does Disney before you knew me.
Well, yeah.
And then Tom invited me into this engagement room, and then that's how I met you. So I'm pretty sure through that whole circle, that's how you found my channel.
Yes.
That's correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. I never talked to you about that, but I just kind of assumed that. And I wanted to make sure that my assumption was correct. So this is Robin, by the way.
Yeah.
Robin, this is Aline.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, the Lolo name is actually my nickname.
Oh, yes.
it's within the family. It was a different name. I didn't remember, but my sister kept pronouncing it as Lolo. So my mom and my dad just said, you know what? Just call him Lolo from now on.
Yep, I get that.
Yeah.
My aunt she's only a few years older than me, my mother's sister. I couldn't say her name. Her name was Cheryl. And I couldn't say it when I was little, so I called her Yaya. So Yaya just stuck, and I called her Yaya forever.
Oh, wow.
Is
I
she
don't know.
still Yaya?
No, I'm old enough to understand how to call her Cheryl, but for a long time I called her Yaya because I didn't know how to say Cheryl.
Oh my goodness. So all your
She was
family
Yaya.
calls you Lolo. And that's
Yes.
like just your nickname. And then so you came up with Lolo Does Disney for your
Yes.
Instagram. Do
Well,
you have any other social media?
I use Facebook, but it's not like an ongoing thing. It's really a rarity. The only things I really use is Instagram, sometimes Twitter and Snapchat.
Gotcha. So you were going to
Okay.
say originally, did you have a different name?
I was gonna go with A Lion Does Disney, but then since Lolo was really making more sense, I just went with Lolo.
Lolo's catchy
So
too. It's not something
That is,
people will forget, you know?
yeah.
I love that. That's cool.
thank you.
Very cool.
So where do you live?
Miami.
You do.
Oh, so you're right close,
Okay.
not too far.
So I knew that you had to be in Florida only because through the conversations within the engagement group
Yes.
of when you're coming to visit and then your frequency on getting photos. And can I just say, I know a little bit about you just from your Instagram. Your number one love of Disney is that castle that's hanging on the wall behind you.
That I was going to just say is amazing.
He
Is that like
loves the castle.
I mean, that looks.
What? Oh, it's like
Is it like a pencil?
a tapestry or something.
I don't know.
No, well, I had a birthday party and they basically got a picture of the castle. They made it like Disney. So it made me look like if I was in Disney
It's
due to the
amazing.
fact that
That is a beautiful picture of the
It's
castle.
stunning. I can't even. It looks like it's beautiful.
although I'm a little sad because now the next time I go, it's not gonna look like this. It's gonna be all pink.
Well,
the
it's not
pink
going to be
is gonna-
Pepto-Bismol pink.
Yeah,
this
it's
time.
just a very faint pink though.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be pink. It won't
Yeah.
be like Sleeping Beauty's castle. It's
No.
just gonna be like
It's more of a sandy, rosy
Yeah.
kind of goldish.
yeah, like a sandy rosy pink.
Yeah.
A blush. Yes, that's a good word,
Yeah.
Robin.
Blush.
A blush. And I also know that you love the fireworks because a lot of your photos are the castle and the fireworks that are
Well,
on your
really,
Instagram.
really, the reason I post mostly the castle and the fireworks is because that's what brings the happy out of Disney. Because if you go
Oh
to
yeah,
places like
that's what I'm
Animal
saying. I know
Kingdom,
how much you love it because of your Instagram. You take so many, and I mean, I love it too. So trust
Yeah.
me, whenever I see you post the pictures, I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss it so much. And I
You
don't
said
know
if you go
can.
places like what?
like if I go to like Animal Kingdom or Hollywood or Epcot, I get happy, but there's really no other feeling that beats being in Magic Kingdom. This is all since I was little.
You
We
got
We
it.
would
can
go every
totally
weekend.
get that. We totally get that.
Yeah.
Tom always
Um,
tells me sometimes, "Why do you post so much castle pictures?" And I'm like,
It's what you like.
That's
Yeah.
what he loves.
If it's what you feel, then that's what you should post pictures of.
Lady Di wants to know, where are you originally from?
Miami also. Miami where is
Oh,
where
okay.
I'm actually from.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Although I
awesome.
really
From Miami,
live,
born and raised in Miami, and you're still in
yes,
Miami.
yes.
Nice.
Tom just popped in and said, the king of the castle. Look at that.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my
He
goodness.
loves the castle.
That
When it
is
comes
just
to
so
the
beautiful. I
fireworks,
can't get over it.
It is. That's a beautiful picture. I would
It
love to
really-
have a copy of that,
Well,
actually. And
I'm
if
gonna
Joe's
say
in chat, Joe, I need a picture of the castle like that.
I'm really gonna say how I actually met Tom, and I was actually nervous that day because it was, I think, the first day of Epcot Forever in Epcot. So I was just running around Epcot, and I think, really, really, believe it or not, I don't know his name, but I think only Passengers was the first person I met out of the whole chat.
Jeff, yeah.
He just popped
Jeff.
in. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's you." And then we just go to the land, and I met Aaron from my Disney Fix, and then I saw Tom also, and I'm like, "Is that him?" And
I know you
I
met
just
somebody
run.
else that day, too.
Oh, Tim Tracker.
Yeah, I
Oh my
remember that.
goodness. That
That's
was actually the
crazy.
second.
Oh, I'm
That was actually,
pixelated.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you. Pixelated. So Tim
well,
Tracker.
yes.
That's
I actually
amazing.
first met him in Magic Kingdom, like on another trip. I was on the People Mover, and people were telling me, "Oh, the Tim Tracker is in front of you," and I'm like, "That's not. No, come on, man." And then I'm literally paying attention to like the beard because you can tell by the angle, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's his Tim Tracker." So I'm going down the escalator, and I see like five people telling them, "Oh, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture?" And I'm hiding behind them too, all nervous. And then I
I
see
saw
Tim
when you
Tracker,
posted that picture.
and then right when I saw Tim Tracker, I was like, I lost it in my head. I was like, I don't know how to comprehend. I was like, Jesus.
Tanya
Yeah,
was
that
And
was
very
kind of like
nervous that
me,
day too.
too. I was. When I met Tim Tracker, I
Yep.
was like a very nervous wreck. I
Yeah.
was more nervous because Jen was there. I think I could have been more
Right.
comfortable just meeting Tim,
Right. Yeah.
but Jen was with him.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was fangirling big time.
oh
I
my,
remember.
Totally fangirling. And then you know how
It's not
you don't
often you
want to
see
bother
Tanya
people.
almost speechless.
Exactly. Oh, that's too funny.
It was
So,
definitely funny.
when are you planning on coming back to Disney?
well, with all this going on,
Yeah,
it's really complicated.
it
I was
really
supposed to
is.
go April 1st, but the corona hit. Then I was gonna go August, but the lingering corona, it's,
Yeah.
oh my God. And then
Yeah.
hopefully, I was telling Tom that in December I was hopefully planning on going, but to stay in the Polynesian.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
That'll be
That's
nice.
that's gonna be challenging, but I'm up for it. Why not?
Yeah.
That was really like one thing I've always wanted to do because I was always going there like every once in a while to catch the monorail to
Yeah.
go, especially that Ohana restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody talks about it, and I'm like, Jesus, I want to go so bad. But the price tag got me a
Yeah.
little, oh man.
Yeah. It is
Yeah.
expensive. The breakfast, I think,
you
is a
talked
little
about that on.
less expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you talked about that one day on your Instagram, and I was like, bread pudding. And you said, I've never tried it. I'm like, no, you gotta try it. I mean,
It's
you might not
good.
like it, but it's really good.
It's
Well,
good.
I am gonna disappoint you guys a bit, but I never had a Dole Whip.
That's okay.
Neither have I.
We're not disappointed. It's
I don't like
okay if you've never
pineapple.
had a Dole Whip.
I don't like pineapple,
Yeah.
but I like a citrus swirl. So it's the same thing. It's just orange instead of pineapple. So
Yeah.
I've done that one. They're good. But if you like pineapple, then you need to have a Dole Whip.
I've never had pineapple either.
Oh, okay.
Well, just so you know, the Dole Whip does not have like an overwhelming pineapple-y taste, especially if you put it with the vanilla swirl.
Right. If you do the swirl one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the swirl one. There's not a huge pineapple taste to it. So you might like it. I don't know.
I'll take it
But
into thought.
yeah, think about it. You might like it.
Yeah.
Christopher said you're not missing much. No Dole Whip. Yeah, like it's not something I have to have either. Some people love it, and Joe said it made him barf. So you never know. Brian
Since we're
said
talking,
citrus swirl?
oh no.
Question mark.
Since we're talking about barf,
yeah, he said
It
I'm
does
actually
kind of taste
thinking
like a
about Mission
creamsicle too.
Space.
Oh, mm-hmm. Yep.
Since we're talking about barf, I was thinking about last night that we were all
Yeah.
talking about Mission Space, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Thing was, the last time I got on it, my
It is
cousin
like
was
a
in town.
creamsicle,
So
Brian.
he's like, let's go. And I'm like, no, I can't, bro. And we got off, and that was when, everything happened, and it was really embarrassing. I try not to avoid it. Although it's a good spot for pictures, the ride itself, it's no.
Yep.
It's a no-go?
It's a no-go. No
It
go
made
for
you
me.
sick?
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, Dan messaged me because he wasn't on the live stream last night during our conversation about Mission
Yes,
Space.
Natalie.
And he was like, Tanya, it's not bad at all. I would love to go on there with you to prove to you that it's not that bad. But I'm like,
that.
I don't know. Like, if they got all those trash cans lined up, I'm not sure if I should even give it a try.
Yeah.
Because I got sick on teacups when somebody spun the teacup. I threw up.
Oh no.
I can't spin the teacup. So if I can't handle that, I don't think I can handle Mission Space.
Nope.
So Joe said I can do Mission Space, but Space Mountain, not me.
I don't understand that part.
Yeah, he didn't do so good on Space Mountain. That was like literally the funniest thing ever.
I remember that.
I do too.
Well,
I was dying. He said it's a
I kind
hard
of
pass.
understand that part. Because for some reason, I find Space Mountain really fast, depending which track you choose. Because if it's like the Alpha, I think that's like a not so crazy. But if you go to like Omega, then oh my God, dude. For some reason, it feels faster when you're in another track. I don't know. That I just get that thing. Like,
yeah, I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
It rattles my brain, and I don't like the feeling like when I come off of there that my brain has been mushed in my skull.
Whoa.
Everest is
You
the
should
same
not go on
situation.
there anymore, Robin.
You pixelated again. I don't know why.
I don't know why it's doing that. I turned everything off.
I don't know. It's so weird tonight. It's being
Trust
finicky.
me, I was the
tonight.
same thing. I was the same thing when I first got on because
Really?
I was originally on the laptop
Yeah.
to have more of like a wider angle, and
Yeah.
for some reason the microphone wasn't working. So
Okay.
Tanya's just like, Lolo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And I'm like, yes, I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Exactly.
And she's like,
no.
And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like running around trying to find a solution, and then here I am I'm on the phone.
Well, it's working great. It's working great as far as I can tell. But maybe it was her end that was the problem and not your end after all. So who knows? Here she comes.
Whoa.
She's back.
No, it wasn't me earlier, I promise. That was all him. There was like some major motion going on.
Oh.
And now
okay.
he's good to go.
That's
but
awesome.
now it's me that's messed up.
Yep.
Well, now that we're all here, I do want to say that next time I'm gonna try and get on the Jamboree.
Yes.
Because that was one thing that I've passed on so many times, and I feel like I don't show that much appreciation to it. Because since I don't know much of the Jamboree, I know it's a show in Frontierland, and everyone tells me, "Do you want to get on it?" And I'm like,
"Oh, Country Bears."
I'm like, "Yes."
Oh, it's a show and it's fun.
It's just a show.
It's just a show. Yep.
Yep. You
It's
just go
cute.
in there and have a seat and watch the little bears, and
yep,
all of them put on a little show for you. It's just
cute.
real hillbilly. You know,
Yep.
the country bears are very country.
And there
Yeah.
a long time, and
it's an old show, but I love it.
Well,
We laugh.
someone asked about the lantern, and
Okay.
I got it from Etsy, SD. I keep saying it wrong.
Etsy. Yeah,
Etsy.
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 Yeah.
Well, I first found it through Mickey Views, and I'm like, wait, don't tell me that's a sculpture. And then I go on Etsy and I find that, but the price tag is
A lot better.
I'm $80, but it's fine. It's a
Yeah.
That's not
collectible. I
bad.
mean, I like those too, and it was like a must after yeah. I I'm actually nervous now because I've never been in like a live stream like this before. I don't know how I'm handling it well.
You're doing
You're
fine.
doing great. Yeah,
You're
you're
doing
doing really good.
awesome.
I
Yeah.
was
Somebody
actually
asked
like
about
that.
the flower pots behind you too, with all the
Oh, it
Mickey
was for
heads in them.
well, my mom and my sister made those for my birthday party.
Oh, that's so cool.
They got it for like the inspiration behind the plants in the Magic Kingdom, how they're like around the
Oh,
castle.
so they created the castle and then they were trying to create like the hub area.
That is so
Yes,
cool.
Nice. They
they
know how much you love Disney.
they
That's
saw
so
that I
great.
was like really sad that I didn't actually go, and they made this like the little thing for the magic
Oh,
band. I was like, oh my
the
Oh,
touch
gosh.
points,
you
the
got to
fast pass.
scan into the park. That
My
is so
sister walks
great.
my sister walks in the room and she says, I need you to put on your magic band. And she's like, listen, we're not going to Disney. Disney's closed. So, but it's something that
But
we've
you can
done for
use your
you, and
imagination.
That
that's what
is so
imagination is
sweet.
for.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
So you started coming to Disney when you were just a little boy.
It was every weekend. Really, it started in elementary. My first trip was when I was like 5, and it would be really Epcot and Magic Kingdom. Those were
Yep.
like the two that I've loved a lot.
Yep.
And they started going to Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios when it was MGM. But my favorite thing there at that time was the Honey and I Shrunk the Playground that they used to
Yep.
have by.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I was always going in there like all the
Yep.
time. But
Oh
since
yes.
we're talking about Hollywood Studios, there's a lot of things I haven't done there. But the Great Movie Ride was the one thing I wanted to do. If I would have had the opportunity to go in there, knowing that, oh my gosh, you have to ride it, then I was kind of bummed.
So you
You
never
never
got to
got
ride
on,
it.
you never were on Great Movie Ride?
No,
That's
never.
too
Oh,
bad.
yeah, that is
Not
too
even
bad.
the
Especially
backlot
after you've
tour.
been coming for so many years.
Yep.
Well, I started the solo trips like 2 years ago. I was really like, you know what? Let me just go on my own adventures and see what I can do.
Yep.
I'm really like a thrill seeker. So I'm like more into the rides than the
Yep.
shows.
Yep.
The parades, I love the parades, but the rides are like my thing. And
Yep.
you know, especially when the parades are on, you have all the lines to yourself, all the rides to yourself, because once the parade ends, then everybody just charges. And
Yep.
trust me,
So
I've
Lines are
seen
who
shorter.
frustration.
so who is a Disney fan? Your mom and dad both? Like because you said they were bringing you?
Well, they love Disney, but I'm really like the top like
Over the top.
Oh
Disney
yeah.
fan.
Yeah.
You're the biggest fan. Okay. You're
My
the one
sister,
you're the one that people say, "Oh, you're going to Disney again?"
Yep.
Yep, I sure am.
Yep.
That's you,
that's the
huh?
that's the one thing I don't understand about people. Like they always ask that question. Even when I go to work, why do you go to Disney so much? And I'm
'Cause
like,
I
Yeah.
it's
like
what
it.
I love.
Yep.
That's what we love.
Yep.
No
We
one will
all I think
ever.
everybody in this chat probably has gotten that question a time or two.
Yes, we have. Hi,
Um,
Caroline.
how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
23.
23.
Same age
Robin
as-
and I both have 23-year-old daughters.
Yep. She's turning. Yeah, mine's
Wow.
almost there. Next month,
Yeah.
she'll be 23.
So 1997.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, Lolo, it was really nice to meet you. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us that we didn't ask you already?
Well, I do have autism. I don't know if you could tell, but
Nope.
I do have autism.
No?
I think you do great. My son does
Yeah.
too. So I
I
think you're
really don't
doing
say
awesome.
that. Thank you. I
You're
really don't
very
say that much,
you're a very
but
good communicator.
Yes.
you
You
know how it is growing up with the phone
Yep.
that you don't.
Yep, I do. My son still struggles with the communication piece of it
Oh
and
gosh.
the relationship piece of things. You know, social situations are very difficult for him. So, but it's a work in progress, and I think you're doing great.
Yeah,
Thank you,
you are
thank you.
doing a really good job. I
I
would have
wouldn't
never
have known.
known.
No,
Yes.
you're
Well,
doing
thank you
great.
for sharing that with us. That's personal, and
Yep.
I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to say that
Absolutely.
because you know how we are. We love everybody.
It shouldn't
And we
define who
want you
you
to
are.
we want you to be welcome and
Yep.
feel welcome.
Yep.
Well,
And
I say
let
that
you
because of like everything that's going on in the world, that people need to appreciate who they really are and not like trying to buy looks or trying to do this or do that to look better. But I love how I look. Like, especially, I don't know, you know, the Kardashians, how they buy their looks, and
Yep.
come on. That's not what you're here for, man. Like, you're
Yep.
here in the world, you're here in the world to show everybody your talents, what you
Yep.
love, and yeah.
that's
Absolutely.
a very grown up outlook on life, Lolo.
Absolutely,
Very
it is.
grown up look out.
Yep. Love it.
Well, to be true, I loved doing this today. Hopefully, I can do this again more often, like soon down the road, because I love these.
It's so cool.
We would be happy to have you back anytime, Lolo. And I would actually like to invite everyone that's in chat to follow you on Instagram if
Yes.
you all are Instagrammers. His Instagram is Lolo Does Disney. And if you appreciate pictures of the castle, go check out his Instagram because he's always posting those great pictures with the fireworks. I'm
I'll
going to
have them
ask
coming
you,
later.
Christmas party or Halloween party, what's your favorite?
That is tough because
That
the
is
Christmas
tough.
party, it's like joyful, but then Halloween, it brings like a whole different feel to it. So I would say the Halloween party.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you because I know you post pictures of the castle with wishes fireworks as well as happily ever after. Do you have a favorite between the two?
Wishes.
Wishes? I thought
I
wishes
say
might be
that
it.
I say that because like, all right, don't get me wrong, Happily Ever After is like a really wonderful show. It's beautiful, but the thing that makes it what it is, it's the projections.
Yes.
Everyone relies so much on the projections to make it look really good, especially with the lights.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
those lights are pretty. I'm not gonna lie, but Wishes, I've always had that connection. Even when I was younger, me and my sister both.
Yeah.
She was doing the college program, and she was always watching the show from the Jungle Cruise, and she brought me one time to see the last three shows. And the funny part about that was I was supposed to work those days, and I never called out. My sister just said, "Pack your stuff, let's go. We're watching Wishes the last three times." I'm like, and then I just,
I know.
That's a wonderful story. So, my kids, well, mostly Mariah, she knew wishes so well that she knew everything that was going to happen according to the music. She just knew the whole show. Like I was never that clever to pick it all up, but she picked up every beat and knew everything that was going to happen. It was pretty incredible to watch her. Whatever she would, it's almost like she would just be in the moment. I don't know how to explain it, but I can totally appreciate your connection with Wishes. It was such a great show.
Yep.
well, I've had that connection also because, like, even when I've had bad days in school when I was younger, my parents will always pick me up, and the thing that they say, "How is your day at school?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's so bad." I remember getting in trouble one time in elementary school. You know, like little kid, like you don't follow the rules, you're in trouble. And so I went home, I was crying, I was sad because of a bad day. And my parents just said, "We're going to Disney World, get dressed." And we were in the car and we were going.
That is
Back
so
then,
awesome.
I
That
know.
is so awesome.
I go a lot now
Um,
to keep. Sorry.
No, go ahead, finish.
no,
You
go
were
ahead.
saying
Go
back
ahead.
Oh no,
then.
it,
Yeah.
it was just like, that's when I was going more frequent, but then now I got the job and it's a little more tougher
Yeah,
on that part.
absolutely.
But now, like
Real
with
life
the
gets in the
next,
way. Adulting, darn it. We don't like it.
I know.
Well, that speaks volumes of your parents to do that. For
Yeah.
them to
Yeah, they're
say, okay,
wonderful.
you know what? We're going to take you to your happy place. And you had
Yeah.
a
And it
tough
was
day today.
every single weekend. Like on Saturday, I say, "Mommy, where are we going today?" Because like it's every Saturday we're in Disney World. So it's like on the Friday, Lolo get dressed, get in the shower. We're gonna go pick up your cousin, and we're gonna go to Disney World. We
That's
will stay
awesome.
in we will stay in the Howard Johnson and Kissimmee,
Yep.
right
Uh-huh.
by 192.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Just when you're about to hit the left and you see the big Marriott. I don't know
Yep.
if you know what I'm talking about.
Yep. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
It's just like the excitement, it just gets there when it comes to the arch. I lose it when
Yeah.
I see the arch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even Jesus, that's not a surprise. Like especially with the recent times that I go, I always say to my parents and I always say to everyone that every trip is different. No matter how many times you ride the same rides, no matter how many times you eat at the same food places,
Yep.
there's always going to be something different you feel
Yep.
about the trip. It's
It's
always
true.
different.
Always something new.
We say that all the time, Lolo.
Yep.
We get it. We totally get it. All those feelings that you're expressing, we have the same exact feelings. So,
Yep. Absolutely.
do you think you would ever do the Disney College program?
Well, that part is it's gonna be tricky at most, but hopefully when I'm a little older, I'm actually planning to work at Disney, hopefully.
Nice.
That would
And
be
if I had
great.
and if I had to think between like three occupations, it would be monorail driver, bus driver, or like working at a restaurant.
Yep.
Since I'm working now at Pizza Hut, I've been there
Yep.
for 6 years.
Wow. That's awesome.
Well, I would sure
And
love to see you around Disney World. That's for
Yep.
sure.
that's been
Absolutely.
my goal. That
You
actually
keep
was going to
striving
be my
for it.
goal.
Yes.
My son did it.
So,
You can do it too.
yeah, when the college program opens up, just fill out that application, hon. You never know what might happen.
Yep.
You're right.
And you could be
My
here
sister
and
said the
stay
same
here.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, she did it, so she has experience and she could
Did
help
did
you.
she enjoy the college program?
Well, yes, she did. She actually did the skipper on Jungle Cruise.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh,
cool.
what a
That's
cool
cool.
role to have.
That
Yeah.
was actually how I got my first time running around by myself. My sister said, "We're going to Disney." Well, we all went as the family for Christmas time to
Yep.
celebrate in Disney World.
Yep.
So then the day we were leaving, I was like saying bye to my sister, and then my parents go and they tell me, "You're going with your sister to Disney World. Throw your
Aw,
bag back in the car."
that's
And
so
she
cool.
made me ride the Jungle Cruise.
I need a minute. Just a
Okay.
minute.
Okay.
You all
You
can
go ahead.
talk. I'll be right back.
Yep. Go ahead and finish. That's okay.
And Tom, though, he's wonderful too.
Yep. So they she said she was gonna have you go on Jungle Cruise.
Well, I had to go on Jungle Cruise because to see her do her job,
Yep.
see how she does it,
Yep.
and she did really well.
It's
And then
amazing.
she told me, go do wherever you want. I'll pick you up at 11 at night. And I
Very
just
cool.
said no more. Just
So that was the first time roaming the parks kind of solo and on your own without
yes.
somebody saying, let's do this, let's do that, and you got to just go on your own. That's amazing.
I was always hating that. Like when I was a little younger, I was like, man, can I just go on my own? Can I just ride this and come back? They're like, you gotta stay with me, man, because you know how big the park is and you know how many people go.
Yeah. I get
Another
that.
thing, but I do want to go to the Disneyland in China.
Oh,
That's
yes.
like, especially with the Maori live stream that we saw
Yes.
like a few weeks ago.
Got a
I
little
fell in
taste of
love
it.
with it.
That is so true. Yeah, I'd love
Especially
to see it someday.
the one problem though, it's how in the world will they understand the English?
Well,
Or
just like when they
that's the
come
problem.
here, we all figure it out. We find someone who can help or someone who can speak English. They have people there. They have cast members who can translate or speak English. So I'm sure there's plenty of ways to get around it, but it is intimidating. I get that. Especially when, you struggle with language anyway, it's even harder when you have to then try to explain to someone who doesn't understand your language.
Mandarin especially, even though
Yeah.
I've never tried to speak that.
Yeah.
And that's
Sorry, I
gonna be
had to go
tough if I ever
referee.
did.
It's okay.
My boys were fighting and I could hear them.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
So I had to go referee. Blow the whistle.
Mama's on the job.
Yes, I was like, wait a minute. Is that my kid I hear screaming? It's always Trey getting picked on by his big brother.
Google.
Hey, Janae.
Okay.
My little Lily wants to say hi.
Oh, you got your baby. What's your baby's
Yes.
name?
Lily?
Lily.
That's Lily. Lily and Lolo. Look at them. They're so
That's
cute.
so cute. Hey,
Aw,
Lily.
he's so cute.
She was born in February.
Oh, she's so
Really?
cute.
She's that young. She's a puppy
Yes.
puppy.
Wow.
How sweet.
Everyone
Well,
calls her
she is
Lily,
a
but
cutie.
yes. I call her Tiger Lily just for the little reference from Peter Pan.
Yep.
I just think about it. Since her name is Lily, I'm like, man, let me call her Tiger Lily. Because I sometimes do it every now and then. I don't do it that much, but
Yep.
we got her because we had another Yorkie that she went because of that she was sick, and we
Oh,
were all just like in our sad place. But then
yeah.
they just brought Lily home, and
A new fur baby
we were all crying like
helps
that
fill the
time that
void. Never replaces them, but it does
Yeah.
definitely help heal the heart a little faster, for sure. So cute.
I kind of need that right now too, with everything going on, including the riots, which is very like.
Yep. You just stay safe, you do you, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
That's right.
Yep. Stay safe.
I
It
just-
sounds like
all
you
it's
have
gonna
a
be.
really it sounds like you have a fantastic family. You have a great
Yep.
support system all around you. Loving parents and a very supportive sister and your cute little puppy Lily.
Oh
It's
my
very
goodness.
nice to meet you finally.
Very nice to meet you, Lolo.
Yes,
was always
very
the
nice
goal.
to meet you.
And yeah, when Tom added you, that's when I kind of got like, who is that? And that's when I was like, you know what? I need to have a meet one day. That's kind of like a goal when I go to like the parks, try to see if I meet anyone that I follow.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
Tom I ran into twice, Tim Tucker twice, and Aaron I think only once. And only passengers. But hopefully I get to
I
do
was
this
Well,
there
now
again.
that
you'll get
day.
to meet more people.
I didn't get a chance to meet you, but I was actually at Epcot that day that you got to meet all of them.
Yep.
And the next time you're in town, we're definitely gonna hook up, okay? I'm sure
praying
Tom
that
and I
it's
we can all go grab a bite to eat. Maybe Robin will be living here by now.
Yep.
If you're not coming till December, hopefully Robin's gonna be living here by then.
Yes.
Oh, I'm pixelated again.
Yes, you're pixelated
Yeah.
again.
Shoot!
It would be awesome to meet you in person. I can't wait.
I
It will
always say that.
happen. It will happen.
I always say that. Every time I'm watching the live streams from Tom or Tanya, I'm just like in the head, like, man, I need to go down there. I wish I was there.
Yeah, you will be. You'll see.
All right, we're back again.
Next time.
But here's the thing.
All right, well, we're going to have to say bye for now, Lolo, because time for us to bring in the next family.
Yeah.
But you're welcome back anytime. You just message me and I'd be happy to have you back on, okay?
Well,
it's very nice to meet you. And I have to say that your love for Disney shines through. It's definitely obvious how much you love Walt Disney World.
And I followed you on Instagram, so.
I did too. Yeah, and a lot of people in chat followed you on Instagram. So post away starting tomorrow. We'll all be watching, okay?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Janae's
but I will be
here.
hanging out on the chat.
Okay, we'll see you. Oh,
we'll
absolutely.
See you in chat.
We'll see you in chat.
Yeah.
It was so nice to meet you, Lolo.
Nice to
now
meet you.
I can eat.
Yes, go have dinner.
Did we ask you what your favorite ride is?
Well, all right. That last little question, because I know there's other people too that want to come on, and I would think Splash Mountain or Tower of Terror.
Or Tower of Terror.
Oh, you're brave.
I'm more of like the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love like the Star Wars lands and the Toy Story lands, like I was saying yesterday. But I'm more like the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yes.
That Toy Story land will never make Disney
the
or
traditional
Star Wars.
Disney. Yes.
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 I always see Disney as traditional.
Yep. Okay. Definitely understand that for sure.
We'll see you later, hon.
Bye, Lolo.
Bye-bye. Enjoy your dinner.
Go have dinner.
Play Disney music.
Yes.
Have fun.
That
You're
was
pixelated
great.
again. You're all pixelated. Issues tonight. It's crazy. Hey, Janae. Hey, Corey, Priscilla.
Oh my gosh, why does this keep happening to me tonight?
I don't know. It's gotten really bad. It's weird.
Yeah. That was so great. He was just, oh my gosh. I just thought he was fantastic. What about you?
Absolutely.
What a nice young man. The way he talks about the castle and his love for Disney was just incredible.
Yep.
So
exciting. Keep getting pixelated.
What a host Tanya is. She leaves her guests and co-host all the time.
Only when it's necessary.
Yeah, only when it's necessary.
Tonight,
I would really like an update on Ryan returning to Walt Disney World, Robin, Joe said.
An update. Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. We don't know really anything yet.
Yeah.
We're at the mercy of callbacks. So
yes.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
It's a struggle for us right now. So.
So the next people up tonight, Kristen Malone was on the wheel, but we're being actually, what's the word I'm looking for? We got some surprise guests tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kristen is here, but not only Kristen is here. We also have Matt and Everett.
Hello.
The whole Malone family in the house. What's up, Malone family?
Hi,
look at Everett.
Hey,
Hi, Everett.
Say hi, Tanya. Hi, Robin. You're going to be shy now? He was saying it the whole time that we were
Hi, Mama. He's saying he can see you.
Hi.
Oh, hey guys. How you
Oh,
doing?
he can see Mama on the screen.
Mama, Dada. Oh my gosh, so cute.
So I find it incredible that we have actually watched this baby grow up.
Yep.
He's a Disney baby.
We've known him since oh my gosh, he's getting so big.
Just the little
I remember when you was bald headed and now you got all them curls.
Yep.
I would kill for those curls.
All the curls. He's so cute. You look
He's
so
so
beautiful,
cute.
by the way. Happy
Oh,
belated
Belated
birthday.
birthday.
thank you. Thank you. I had to get my ears some use.
We got to see your video.
Oh yeah, this guy.
I'm trying to make sure I'm not pixelated. I'm going to keep
Nope.
watching myself now
I
because
think
it
you're
keeps
okay.
happening. Yeah,
think
so
you're
far
okay.
so good.
Yep.
So Malone family, what's up?
Not much. We miss Disney. We miss you guys.
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah.
Disney. Miss
So
it so much.
So tell me what all is going on. First of all, let's talk about how was quarantine and how is quarantine if you're still in quarantine. What's
Yeah.
going on with you all in that aspect?
So we're still in like sort of quarantine. So we're in Buffalo, New York. So we've been pretty much locked down since March 13th or so. So we actually come back from Disney like 2 weeks before. So we've been pretty much locked down. The state started to reopen in our area a little bit.
I'm having a hard time hearing. Is it just me?
Little
Or
it
Robin?
breaks in and out a
Yeah,
little
I'm
bit.
having a hard time hearing you. Like I'll catch one word and then I won't hear the next word.
All right. Is this any better?
Much better.
Yeah, that's much
Perfect.
better.
All right. Whoever's talking has to be like centered on the computer.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so New York, we are starting to reopen, but no restaurants, really the only things that opened was construction, curbside pickup,
Yeah.
really very limited, and nothing, pretty much our whole summer was canceled here. So every fair, the state fair, the local
Here
fair.
too.
Yeah.
We got word today on a bunch of things that were canceled, a lot of fairs, and it's like, really?
Yeah, it's the whole no attractive nuisance thing. So, so it's been interesting with a toddler at home, trying to work and stay sane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So both of you all are working from home right now?
So I'm working from home. Matt has a concrete construction company, so he goes on job sites and that. So we flip flop, and we have one or two people who we've been letting come in the house to help.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can only imagine. Wow. So are you having to be on the phone or anything while you work?
I'm on the phone probably 70% of the day on conference calls or video calls.
Yeah.
So
Fun.
Everett makes appearances.
I'm sure he does.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've done this, but if you call Disney right now, Disney has like a disclaimer of the phone call saying, right now our cast members through guest relations are working from home. So if you hear a dog barking or a child crying, please understand. Or
That's
some
awesome.
kind of disclaimer like that, just to let everybody know that
That's
this could happen
awesome.
during your phone call.
That's awesome.
Because
awesome.
everybody's working from home right now.
Yep.
From the call centers.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
I love that
So
they
you
do
guys
that.
you all are hanging in there. I saw your little birthday parade. I was like, dang, she even got a fire truck? What?
I know.
He
It's like,
pulled
what?
all the strings. Yeah, he got some. We have some neighbors who are volunteer firefighters, and I think he had every family member that was local all drove by. So
That
it was
was
really
wonderful. Like
Very
when I
cool.
watched the video, I was like holding back tears. It was so good.
Aw.
Yeah, well, he made the little video.
Yeah.
That little video was more pulling my heartstrings than
Yeah.
anything. Because you definitely did deserve that parade and a whole lot more.
Absolutely.
A whole lot more.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was a nice surprise since we had to cancel. Well, not cancel. Our trip we would have left to go to Disney on my birthday.
Yep.
Oh.
So yeah,
That's
brought
what
a
I was
little
getting ready
magic
to
here.
ask you about. I was getting ready to ask you about all of this that you've been going through from the beginning. Kind of walk us through what's been going on with your Disney vacation that you've had to rebook several times, and
yeah.
how did that help?
So we had so we were there in February. So I did the half marathon and 10K Princess Weekend. And when we left, I think 2 weeks later is when Disney got shut, like they closed. And right before that, we had said, oh, hey, like, let's get a trip on the books for end of May. Like, my birthday's there. Everett will be turning 2 in July. Matt's birthday is July. So we try to do like a early summer trip before it gets too hot for us, Northerners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we had gotten the email that we could cancel or reschedule. And so I had originally just said, hey, let's just push this trip. We'll push it to after Thanksgiving. And then if we want, we'll rebook a trip like when they know what's going on.
Right.
So we did that. And then the day that they were talking about opening plans, I'm like, if they're going to reduce capacity, I want to make sure that we have a reservation in case we need to get in there. So about 15 minutes before they shut down the system, I booked a trip in end of July for us. So currently we're scheduled for a 4-day trip at the end of July that we're going to kind of see how it's going as they start to open.
Right.
So, I mean, and I got to get some clearance from my doctors that I'm okay to go just with my health issues and such. So,
right.
But I think I am, but we figured it might just be a mom and dad trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully by then they'll release
So
that
maybe
restriction of
July,
quarantining for
if-
14 days once you get here.
That's what we're hoping.
Because you don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah.
No point of traveling.
I might take it, actually.
That's true.
Four walls.
I'd be like, oh, darn. I have to be in Florida for an extra 2
Right?
weeks.
Yeah.
Shucks.
Oh, no.
Darn.
Hang at the pool,
better-
whatever. Okay. No, you can't even leave the room.
Yeah, right. So
That is crazy. So currently you're possibly going to be here at the end of July, but for sure out to Thanksgiving.
yes, that's the plan. Like I said, July is kind of dependent on when we find out more, but given that we're pass holders and we have the room reservation, I think we would have a good chance at getting in the parks. But for us, I probably wouldn't travel down there without a guarantee to get in the parks just because it's such a long trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But so we'll see.
Yeah. So what has your doctor been saying as far as like the risks that you are, I'm sure that your risk is higher than most of us who with the coronavirus. What are they telling you? Are they even wanting you to travel or?
So backstory for people that don't know on the chat.
Yes.
So a couple years ago, when Matt and I found out that we were pregnant with Everett, my little guy, so I was diagnosed with breast cancer at 20 weeks pregnant. Treatment, did treatment while I was pregnant, did chemo, all of that. And then had a C-section because they found a blood clot in my heart. So they didn't want me to push for labor. Had breast cancer surgery after, did more treatment. And then most recently, I had to have open heart surgery to remove the blood clot last fall. So now, though, fingers crossed, I have been healthy and was looking to, not having to be worried. And then coronavirus hit. So I'm trying to be cautious.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I did talk to them and they said, I'm not on any active treatment. I've been, coming up in August will officially be 2 years cancer free. So I think my likelihood of contracting it is the same as any other, healthy 35-year-old female.
Yep.
It's just the question of how would my body react if I had gotten it.
Right.
Which, I think it's less of a risk than if I was on active treatment at this point. So
absolutely.
So yeah, so it's kind of weighing the risks and all that and trying to figure out, but not also living our lives. So
yep.
Yeah.
So Kristen, I have to ask you, so if you don't mind me asking about your diagnosis of breast cancer.
Go right ahead.
So I can only imagine how devastating the news is. Already devastating no matter what. But here you are, 20 weeks pregnant with your first baby. How did it even come up that you could possibly have breast cancer, that you're going to be tested for it. Did a doctor find a lump, or did you, or was there pain? Like, how did it all happen?
So Matt found it.
Husbands can be good for that, right?
Yep, absolutely.
You didn't miss a beat, so
He's
I
not
have
the first husband to find it.
Oh, I know. My dad said, he goes, I can't even be mad. He goes, you probably saved your life. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that was my big thing is I had a breast exam at 8 weeks pregnant when I first went in, and they confirmed the pregnancy.
Yeah.
Everything was fine. We actually found the lump when I had just done the half marathon and 10K in Disney 2 weeks before that. And when we came home, I had my 20-week ultrasound to figure out, to do the anatomy scan and everything for the baby. And I mentioned it. I said, it really seems odd. It was about a 2.5-inch tumor that we felt in the breast. So they did immediately send me for an ultrasound just because it was not there before.
Yeah.
But they had thought it was a pregnancy change. They thought, hey, like it's probably, everything changes during pregnancy.
Yeah. A
Right,
gland or a duct or. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, the same day they sent me for an ultrasound, and then they did a biopsy within an hour of it. And the next day I needed to get out of the house. So my mom and I she wanted to buy the baby crib. So we were at Bye Bye Baby, and I got a call from the doctor that just very, I appreciate them not, sugarcoating it, but very abruptly while I was in the store just said, hey, you've got triple negative, or you have breast cancer and it's spread, which, was not what I was expecting to hear.
No.
So it was quite shocking. But I think the unique thing in a weird way about being pregnant at the same time is I'd say probably the first few days, week or two, I was not in a great mood. I was probably in complete shock. I think we both were.
Yep.
But I think overall I handled it a lot better, I think, because I could feel the baby. Like I knew, hey, he's going to feel everything that I do. And I didn't know if he was a boy or girl. We didn't find out.
Right.
So I think it just kind of gave like an extra motivation and just said, hey, like there's an end in sight. Like you've got to get to this finish line, and we have a cancer center right in Buffalo that's really, really well known, Roswell. And they're excellent. So they had handled this with women before.
Yep.
So that all like put me at ease. Like when I went there and they're like, we have a plan. Like we can do this. We have success with this. Like that's all that made us feel a lot better, like right away.
All that positivity is definitely uplifting.
Right. And then after each treatment phase, we went to Disney. So that was that was kind of how we coped with it. So, I mean, when we were home, I think the first time, Tanya, that we saw you streaming was on your previous channel. I think the most memorable one we saw of you was the scavenger hunt. So from that moment on, I'm like, I like her. She's that kind of streamer.
Yep.
Which scavenger hunt was it? The Hollywood Studios one or the
one running in Epcot?
Oh,
that was
the
fun.
one that did my knee, and
that was so fun though.
Yeah, that was fun though.
Yeah.
Come here, buddy. Come on.
What? Oh,
I met you the first time I ever met you was in Epcot too.
Yeah. It was.
I'm pixelated.
A little bit.
I gotta go out for
just
one
a little bit. Just a little bit. Fenway's crying to get down and he won't come close enough for me to reach him.
Oh, I did see a question I think David had asked. So yeah, so with the blood clot issue, I took blood thinners for about a year. So I had to do injecting. Well, when I first went in the hospital, when they found the clot, they put me on a heparin drip. It did nothing for the blood clot. So that's when they did the emergency C-section. They made me leave
How many weeks were you then? How many weeks into the pregnancy?
36. So
okay.
Yeah. So it in a weird way, like that's what I said. I'm like, it's this horrible thing, but in a weird way, it like all just worked out. Like we're so grateful for that because it just worked out really well. And we know that there's no reason why, your treatment works versus someone else's. So we're so grateful for that. And we feel like the support and all like the positive prayers and all of that have really helped. And but yeah, so they made me go on the injectable blood thinners. So Matt got to give me shots for like 8 months. And then I had to do oral ones. And when they realized, hey, this thing's not going away, the option was to live with it long term and risk a PE, or potentially, we didn't realize at that point, I actually had a small heart defect from a child that they never knew. So I was also at a stroke risk, or, you know, I was young, healthy, they could do the open heart surgery. So we went to Cleveland Clinic, they did it there. And, you know, I was in and out within 4 days, including.
That was amazing. That blew my mind.
Incredible.
Blew my mind.
Incredible. And wasn't long after that you were at Disney World. I was like, oh my gosh.
We were
You
always
truly are
counting down.
Superwoman.
The second that I know I'm clear, I'm like, all right, Matt, when are we going?
Yeah.
It keeps us sane.
Yes.
You want to come back up? Oh, we got a visitor back.
Yay!
Okay. I really find it incredible that your story, it blows my mind. I can't even imagine it. And then your positivity behind it all is just like so heartwarming.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it
seriously
worked out perfect. I got this kid, so I really, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Crazy
and
and
the
made
fact
me
that
nuts.
and the fact that, you know, oh, and I was going to ask you, like, as far as the symptoms go, normally, like, if you would have breast cancer or any type of cancer, I'm sure it would make you sleepy or some things like that. But you probably were like, I'm sleepy because I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And
Yeah.
I had said in my first trimester, I said, I am so tired. Like, couldn't get up tired. And everyone's like, oh, well, you're pregnant. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah.
Never been pregnant before, so I don't know.
Because I remember when my mom had cancer, that was the first thing that she complained about is how tired she was.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to sleep, which was so abnormal for her. But we just thought she's been working too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think we think that as women a lot. And that's the one thing. And that's, you know, I've been very open with our story. I've shared it on Facebook. I started a TikTok and have been doing videos and sharing our story there. Because I just feel like it's so important that, like, I had no idea. So I was scared that I may not have options when it happened. And I think, you know, when you're younger and especially female, we tend to just ignore some of the issue or the symptoms and we ignore things.
We don't listen to our bodies.
No, we're doing a million things and we don't have time. And they sometimes think, hey, you're young and healthy. You don't have any risks. So I didn't have any genetic history or anything. So to me, I feel like that's why I wanted to share the story, because it just, I'm like, if I can help one person through this, like, then it gives me some reason, like, because I'll never understand why it happened to us, but I'm like, this way we can put some good into the world after, like,
That's
you know,
so
what
true.
we've been through.
Yeah. And he's healthy. Nothing's wrong with him. He's good to go after going through all those treatments with you.
No. And so that's the thing too, is like, I was terrified of that because they said, you know, chemo pregnant. And I said, is he protected from it? And actually, you know, that when you're pregnant, the chemo does pass through the umbilical cord. So it does pass to the child or the fetus in utero. But when I lucked out, my cousin is actually a high risk OBGYN and had handled like long-term studies on women in similar situations and followed the children until when they grew through 18. And the biggest risk we had was a low birth weight, which they said, you know, we can monitor that and that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he came out at 7 pounds, 12 ounces at 3.5 weeks early.
I was going to say at almost 4 weeks early. So he would have been a big boy.
Yeah.
He would have been a big boy if you'd gone another almost 4 weeks. I mean,
that's what I said. I'm like,
half a pound to a pound a week at that point.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And can we just talk about how amazing your husband is for a minute?
We can. I like him.
Yeah. He's a keeper.
He is such a supportive husband. He's
Yep.
been there by your side through it all.
Yeah. Your number one cheerleader.
Yeah.
True.
For sure.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
it's funny because it's, people, as we were going through the treatment, they're like, well, you're going to go back to Disney again? I said, yeah. I said, well, this is what is keeping our mindset healthy and happy. And, I feel like sometimes people don't get, like, when we watch Disney streams, or like, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, it's okay.
I've said
like,
that
this is
so
our
many
thing.
times. You get it or you don't.
That's so true.
And we got well, you want to go on a baby moon to Disney? Like, you're going to have kids soon. I'm like, yeah, I do, because I know when I go to Disney, which we know is very different with a little guy. Good different, just very different.
It's a very different trip, very different experience.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's we share our mutual love and Disney obsession. So.
I want to clarify.
Have your doctor said, and I can't even talk about how great you guys are because I get so emotional.
I know.
But
I don't know if you can hear me or not. Our laptop mic is.
We can hear you now. When you turned it, we can hear you.
Someone asked in the chat, that's a low birth weight. I think Mindy Girl. One of the side effects of chemo while pregnant could be low birth weight. He didn't.
He obviously.
But he didn't have the.
Right.
He didn't have low birth weight.
He was obviously okay.
Right.
So I wanted to ask you all, with going through all of this that you've been through with your first pregnancy, would you ever have another baby, or are you scared of all that?
So that's a great question.
Yeah, that's fine.
And Cookie, I saw that, and yes, when quarantine is over, we should get together in Buffalo meetup.
Yes.
But yeah, so it's definitely something that we talk about. Before this, close your ears, Matt. Matt knows I always wanted 4 kids. That's probably not something that I would go on. I came from 4 kids, and he was one of 3. But there's a certain fear, I think, of could this happen again?
Right.
I am in a group with moms who have been diagnosed either while pregnant or while breastfeeding right after. And there was actually 1 or 2 women that they waited the appropriate amount of time, and, there's no guarantees, and it did happen again to them.
Wow.
So it's, the odds of it happening, I think 1 in 1,000 pregnant women is diagnosed with a cancer. It's not always breast cancer, but I think for us, the nice thing, I guess, my cancer is, because one of the things people would say is, oh, at least it's breast cancer, which
What?
It's still cancer. Any cancer is cancer.
Yeah, and
no good cancer.
Yeah, so, people would say, like, oh, that's the good one. Like, no, it's not. But the one unique thing about my cancer is, so a lot of breast cancer is treated through immune therapy. So it's almost essentially can be cured with like a 95% survival. The type that I had is called triple negative. It is a long-term, they can do chemo and they can do radiation. And I was blessed enough, and I responded very well. So all of that went really well. But the unique thing about that is those who are on the immune therapy, you can't get pregnant while you're on there. Whereas triple negative, it's not hormone driven, which is kind of contra what you would believe. So there's less of a risk for it to come just because of the hormone surge, even though it did with mine. So for me, it's a higher recurrence risk. And if it comes back, there's really not as much treatment options. However, once you go through a set period of time, it almost never comes back. And that's like a 5-year mark. But for us, our doctor said, hey, wait till you're about 2 years after treatment and then you can talk about it. So, and we've talked about too, maybe, if that's not in the cards for us, maybe adoption or other options. So there's so many.
Absolutely. There's so many options. So many options.
That'd be a lucky little kid, wherever that kid is in the world.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary. But what about your heart? Is your heart healthy enough now, like after the blood clot removal, to handle a pregnancy and delivery and all that?
So I think it's, they said that in theory, my heart, because I had the open heart, should be just as good as another. It should be just as healthy as another, 35-year-old woman. So had I not done it, then there would have been
Big
a
difference.
lot more risk. Right.
Much higher risk.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
Much higher risk.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Kristen. Like,
Anytime.
You're so incredible, and I just love you all so much.
So inspirational.
Yeah, so inspirational. And
Thank
just
you.
like you had your open heart surgery, and then I saw you in Toy Story.
I know.
Land.
I
You
was
just
like,
came from a marathon.
what?
I'm like, what am I doing with my life?
I know.
What am I doing?
I
haven't even done
that marathon. I literally have no idea. I had already paid for it. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm doing it. And I figured I'd go as far as
you did it.
And I did
You
it.
sure did do it.
I did it for the characters, the bling, and the costume, really.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Priorities.
pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So, okay, we've heard that. And I'm so glad you shared that story with us. But now we need to hear about your all's Disney story, your love for Disney and how it started. Did it start with your parents, or this is something that we want to know all about your Disney love story?
Yeah. So,
wait. And also, before that, I'd like to know how you and Matt met.
So good question. So Matt and I actually met. I was helping out our neighbor. Well, this is back when I lived at my parents' house. So Matt and I will have been together 10 years in July. So I was helping out. Sorry, little guy's going into a drawer. With bartending for a neighbor's surprise party, and Matt was actually the caterer bringing the food. And he came over and was hitting on me, and I was like, oh no, like he's a bit younger than me. So at the time I'm like,
Best day ever.
I said, no, like we're, that's nice. You're cute, whatever. He basically pursued me for a year. And finally, after a year, I'm like, all right, fine. Like we'll go out once. That's it. And 2 years later, he proposed in Disney in front of the castle.
Aww.
So,
I love it.
Yeah.
Your persistency paid off, Matt.
Yeah, it did.
That's awesome.
I think I'm pixelated. I'll be right back.
Low bit. That is so cool. I love that.
Is that Moments of the Magic? That's Joe, right?
Yep.
So Joe, I think our favorite baby photographer and friend, Julie. She does all the pictures that you guys see of Everett, where he's in his Toy Story outfits and his Disney outfits and all of that. So
yeah, that's so cool.
It's a small world.
That is
It sure
a small
is.
world.
Wow.
Oh, you want to know? I got to tell you all. I heard a story today. Well, I'll tell you all that story at the end. I want to hear your Disney story.
Yeah. So for our Disney, so I grew up loving Disney. I was one in 4 kids. So we came. My parents, saved up and they would take us every 5 years. That was our big trip every 5 years to go to Disney. Which, after going with 1, I don't know how they even did it with 4 at any point.
Right.
Let alone no fast passes or anything.
Right.
No,
I said, I'm like,
passes.
Everett's free, so it's different right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I grew up with that. And then when I met Matt, he had been to Disney, but growing up, like they would go to Florida and then just visit for a day here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when we went and he proposed, we had gotten, the first day we got there, we flew in early. I was so exhausted. So we were so tired. So we fell asleep. And I was so upset because I'm like, no, we missed the whole first Disney day.
We got into our hotel room like it was like 1:30 or 2 p.m. And I think we both fell asleep. We woke up, it was like 5:45. She was so mad that we had wasted so much time and not gone to a park, had done anything yet. So
yeah.
then we finally got up and got moving. But it was needed sleep. It would not have been a good night otherwise.
Well, and so I didn't realize, little did I know, that he was planning on proposing that night. So we got to the park and it started downpouring and he looked all flustered. I'm like, well, what's wrong? Like, let's just go to a different ride. He goes, no, I wanted to see the fireworks and all. And like, well, you haven't even seen him recently. So but he was like really adamant about it. So we finally came back and he ended up proposing there, and it was incredible. You know, it right after the rain. And I said, I don't think he truly understood my love of Disney until after that trip. And by the end, I'm like, do you need the bring back? Like, do you?
I'm gonna get the ring back because I don't think you can handle my Disney obsession. I really don't.
Well, in
That's too
August,
funny.
it's what 100 degrees, and it was so
so humid
so
after
bad.
that rain. It was so humid that night in the poncho. It stuck me. I feel gross.
We can't hear Matt.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
It was so humid that night when that happened, and I'm like, the poncho's sticking to me. I feel gross. This is not how I anticipated this to be at all. However,
Yeah.
I was great at the top. Thank God, because it was bad. We had a lot of rain, like to the point that where is it right over in Tomorrowland by was it Merchants of Venus always floods out and the water holds there. I mean, that's how much rain we had gotten in a matter of like 20 minutes. Everything was flooded out. My sneakers were soaked, but it is what it is. So
yeah.
It's memorable.
And she said yes, so that's all that matters.
In
Y'all got
August.
that moment.
So brutal.
That is brutal.
So ever since then, I mean, we've gone back. We honeymooned there, and then I think the first time we got the passes is when it was the summer before Pandora opened, and I said, "Oh well, we were just there for the race. Why don't we go back and get the passes? We'll just do it 1 year." And that was what, 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, tell everybody your little payment plan that you put yourself on since you're not eligible for the payment plan through Disney. Because I love that. I tell people about it all the time.
Yeah, so we just basically have a separate account, and we say, hey, like we're just we divide the cost of our passes, and every month just move in basically like our insurance payment or anything else. It's like this is our Disney pass payment. So when it comes up and comes due, the money's already there. It's accounted for, which was especially helpful, especially with some of the increases that they've seen.
Oh yeah,
we're just not ready to give it up.
Yeah.
So for anybody in chat that is out of state and you do not get to have the Florida resident like discount that we get here,
and you can't make a monthly payment plan like the
if you open up, like what she was saying, open up a separate savings account that's just for your Disney annual pass, and each month make your own payment plan. And then at the end of the year, you have your entire amount to get your new pass. So I think that's a great idea. I share that with a lot of people. Make your own payment plan. That's fantastic.
Well,
because
it's good
it's
too.
hard to come up with that much money.
It is, because I think like now the out of state, I looked for renewal, which that's a whole nother story. We don't know what we're doing yet with everything going on. But I want to say our renewal was a little over $1,000 a ticket anyway. So, but yeah, so.
Yeah.
Joe said, were you all in Walt Disney World summer 2018, June or July? Because you look super familiar.
Did you meet his pal Goofy while you were there?
We did. I was pregnant at the time, and I think Goofy was really excited for us. All the characters when we were pregnant were awesome. So we definitely probably met your pal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, really? At what location? Can you recall?
I want to say we were in Epcot.
Yeah.
You were in Epcot, and when you met Goofy during your pregnancy trip in summer of 2018.
She thinks so.
I think so.
That is incredible.
I'm a big, character person though. So like even before I was like, no, we're waiting in line. And before kids, now we do because of Everett, because he's obsessed with the character.
Yeah.
Just for Everett.
I love the video with Donald.
And
Everett. And then you all came back the next year, and didn't Donald remember him?
He did. He came over and he brought him a present, and I mean they were just like so wonderful, and he's a Disney kid through and through.
Yeah.
So
that's so good.
That is awesome.
Well, I hope he continues to look forward to all the Disney trips. And what is so I was going to ask you, where did you all stay on your honeymoon?
So on our honeymoon, we stayed at the Beach Club and then the Wilderness Lodge.
Love Wilderness Lodge.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
My one time there, it was amazing.
You
Don't
just
know if
felt like
I'll
you're in
ever
a
get to go
retreat.
back.
Yeah.
It really does, and you don't see a palm tree anywhere, which is so cool.
I know, right?
You really feel like you're like in the middle of the woods somewhere. It's so cool. You don't necessarily feel like you're in Florida.
I think it was definitely like one of our favorites. I think, our go-tos are typically like the moderate range, and then if we can get a good pass holder rate, like when we did last summer, we did the Floridian. That was a splurge for the end of treatment, but I think we got it for 40% off. So
wow.
I mean, it was like an unheard of rate.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you can't pass those deals up when they come around. You just can't. And that's the only reason we stayed at Wilderness Lodge is we just happened to get a really great discounted deal on it.
Right.
Because we, even though it was a special trip, it was still like, can't afford those rates on a normal basis.
Right.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Joe says, my pal Goofy remembers a lot of families, but he especially remembers meeting you all.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
So cool.
And
I
also,
love that. You made it a very memorable trip.
Yes.
Priscilla would like to know, what is your favorite ride?
So my favorite ride is probably the Flight of Passage still. I love Flight of Passage. And that does include, like, we've done Rise. We did do that. But for me, there was just something so cool about Flight of Passage that
it's incredible.
Yeah.
It really is.
But as far as traditional ride, I'd say we still love the People Mover.
Me too.
Yeah. I do too. That's incredible.
What's your favorite?
I gotta say, Rock and Roller Coaster is still my number one go-to. It always has been, ever since her and I used to go, and then before that, for the couple times I was there beforehand. The one night I had gone in high school on a band trip, and I think we rode that like 6 or 7 times in a row. It was at the end of the night at Hollywood Studios, and I became obsessed with it. And I love Aerosmith too. They're love
Aerosmith.
I love Aerosmith. If Pandora radio's on my phone, it's usually the Aerosmith station. Or just I have the on YouTube or whatever playing, even if I'm working. But yeah, definitely still Rock and Roller Coaster.
My Boston Boys. Yep.
Yep, that's right.
Have you ever taken a trip to Disneyland?
We haven't. That's on our list. We have gone to Disneyland Paris. So that's one that we did when my sister was studying abroad in Italy. We went there, and that was really cool to see. I mean, it's totally different than World, but it was just like, I feel like for anyone who's like a Disney person, just to see the different parks is so cool. So Disneyland is on our list. Originally we were thinking about doing it this summer, but it's probably going to be postponed for a while. But we want to see it. Like, we want to see Walt's original vision. Like, we have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth seeing for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been since when I went, it was one park. So I need to go back and see all the new stuff they've done out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
We want to wait till Everett's a little older so we can see the Cars world and he'll remember it. Because we're introducing him to all the Disney movies. So he is obsessed with Toy Story, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, not a movie, but we watched it all the time. And then he started watching Cars. He likes Moana. And I just introduced him to Tangled because that's my favorite.
Yeah. That's so
cool. I don't know if you saw or not, but I had my my little cousin here all week, and I introduced him to Toy Story, and he loved it. But he also loved Tarzan.
Really?
I turned on Tarzan, and he was like so engaged. I think it was because of the gorillas, all the animals. Okay. But he was so intrigued with Tarzan.
That's
cool. So one night I just turned it on. He wouldn't even move, and he was just so into Tarzan. So
wow.
You could see if maybe Everett might be interested in that as well.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because it's like a boy movie. Because it's funny, we watched Onward, which I thought was really cute. It probably not my favorite, but we watched it, and I didn't think Everett would like it. he was glued. Like, wouldn't
Really?
move. Yeah, was just so into it. And I don't know if it was just different characters or what it was, but it's just so funny how they're drawn. There's something that they're drawn to in these specific films that,
Yeah.
you know, and they can't tell you, but they're just, I'm like, oh, well, that's one we can go to again.
That movie has a lot of bright colors and like magical and stuff and things happening. So he may have been drawn to that.
Very
because
possible.
they're too little to understand the storyline.
Right.
You know, like even with Tarzan, I was surprised that he was so drawn to it
Well,
because
there's a
he
lot
can't
of
understand
action
the
in
story.
it,
But it was just like, I think it was just the animals
Yeah,
and
that's
the
what I was
way
gonna
that
say,
the
the
gorillas were
three-
communicating with one
the
another.
three, you know, young gorillas, and when they, you know, they're mischievous and all the animals. I'm sure that that's what he was drawn to.
It's just exciting to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so cool. So where do you all normally like to stay? I know you did a Grand Floridian recently.
Yeah, that one. I mean, that was our bucket list Disney hotel. It's the Grand, you know, it's just
Yeah.
it's, you know, that's definitely, like, if we could do that again, we'd love to. But I will say we when we went back last July, we were at the Poly, and we were there for one night because we decided that, hey, we really can only do one night here, and then we moved to Caribbean Beach.
Yeah.
So word of advice, if you're going to do that, go the opposite way. We did Poly and then Caribbean.
You want to end
Kinda
up
like,
in the nice place. Yeah.
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 Well, but it worked out because we were one night stay, and when we checked in, they said, "Oh, you're actually at the club level desk." I'm like, "No, I didn't book that." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Come over here," and they upgraded us to club level.
It was awesome.
Yeah, we were in the Hawaii. No, I don't remember. King. I don't remember. But it was basically the one right overlooking the castle, and we were facing the castle. I mean, it was incredible. So
wow.
I can't complain the order we did because I don't know if that would have happened again.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So I definitely,
so cool.
Yeah, Poly has a special place in our heart. If we're going for, you know, usually if we go in February, we're at a moderate, and we really like Riverside, Port Orleans.
Yep.
It was King Hima club level.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that right.
Wow.
Oh.
That sounds
amazing.
wonderful. Yeah.
We want to try Riviera. That's
Have you ever considered DVC since you're so frequent?
We have, and we actually, on the last trip, we finally did the tour. And I brought all the paperwork home, and we were going left and right and trying to figure out. We had 30 days to make our decision, and then parks closed, and I was like, we're gonna hold off and figure out what's happening. So yeah, I think with something that's definitely on our list of things we want to be able to do. But you know, the nice thing right now is like the accommodation size. Like, we don't need the bigger sizes of rooms right now.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So I think it's definitely in the next couple of years something that we'll probably try to buy into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be for people like you who come as frequently. I think it would be something that would definitely benefit you.
Yeah.
And just the perks too that come along with it. You know.
Yeah. They probably would have let me back into Florida then, right?
Right. Oh my
By
goodness.
then, hopefully.
Darla said rent the points. Yeah, she's a stickler for renting the points.
Yeah.
I got to do that myself, Darla. You got to teach me how to do that.
Yeah, we got to learn how to do that.
Yeah, because I need some more Fort Wilderness and all that good stuff.
Oh, me too. Need to try. I need to get back there.
We lucked out a couple times because for the honeymoon and then for a trip the year after, one of my good friends who worked with me, actually, she gifted us her points for our honeymoon at the beach club, and then the year after she gave us a week at the boardwalk.
Wow.
So we were very lucky.
That's somewhere I'd like to try. I'd like to try the boardwalk. And
boardwalk's cool. The only thing I don't like is not like a big quick service there. We're weirdly we like the food courts and a lot of the just because it's easy and quick.
Yeah.
It did have like a really small little quick service. We went there a couple of times on the stream.
Yeah.
And Kristen always helps us on the stream when we don't know where we're going.
Yep.
No, just turn right here.
Turn
Turn
there.
left right here. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
When we came back from Grand Floridian, we were the ones who told you that Gasparilla is open 24 hours.
Yes, you were.
Well,
You were on the stream directing
you told us about that.
Yep.
Little did we know what it would turn into.
That was right.
Right?
You were the ones who guided us to go there that night.
You're making
So that all originated from you for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, the Mickey brownie.
Well, I tell you what, I've had the great pleasure of meeting you all in the past, and that night we went to Splitsville was so fun.
Oh my gosh.
Good night that was.
Yeah. That was in July because we drove you back to.
Yeah, when she came without Everett.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were baby free.
Yep, we drove you back.
Yeah, that was fun. You were like, "Hey, we don't have a baby tonight. We're down for whatever." I was like, "Let's go to Disney Springs."
We were at Epcot, and then we went to Disney Springs.
Yep. So, but yeah, next time you all are here, make sure you let me know ahead of time so we can make some plans. I'd definitely love to hang out with you all again, and the little guy too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So stinking cute.
And it's late. It's probably definitely his bedtime. Yeah. So we'll let you all go. You have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I was so excited when we spun the wheel and it was your name.
I know.
Me too.
Every day you were like, it almost landed on me. It almost landed on me. Bye, Everett.
Bye, Everett.
That's close.
All right. Have a wonderful evening, you all.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Stay safe.
No, thank you.
Bye, bye.
They're so special.
Such a nice family.
I definitely have a special place in my heart for that family.
You're pixelated.
So nice I've been pixelated the whole night. I might as well just stay pixelated.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Lolo, you're back. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Teresa. Hey, Cookie. I've seen y'all in there. Sorry. Just couldn't chat in there. I didn't want to interrupt everything. But Tanya will be right back. What's everyone up to? Everyone. We were chilly again here today, so we're supposed to get warmer in the next day or two. And did you use, hold on, your purse? No, not yet. I haven't used it. Oh, you noticed that, Darla. Someone in one of the groups that I'm in had asked for some pictures, in real life pictures of bags. That one, the Americana, and another one that they wanted to use in a vlog. So I took all the wrapping off of it just to take a picture for her of the outside and the inside. And she, asked permission to use the pictures in her blog. So that's why all the wrapping is off. I got to get the spray. And once I spray it, then I can use it. But I've got to spray it and protect it, waterproof it, stain proof it, all that. So it was another question. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry. I'm going back. It jumps so fast and then you can't get back. Yeah, so I did not use the purse yet. Maybe that was the only question. Oh, no, it's not the Robin live show. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Those are the Small World, the mini main attraction for April. They were the April mini main attraction ears for Small World. They are the Small World ears, Rachel. I do love them. When am I moving? As soon as I possibly can. Lots to do here. We've got lots to do. Don't take that kind of thing, Robin. You're not an old. I am old. I am old, David, but thanks. Yeah.
What I miss?
I'm working on it. We just, I got to find a job and get my house cleared out and get my house ready and put it on the market once all that's taken care of. So, am I still making ears? I haven't made any
in a
while. Good night, Tom. I haven't made
got a
any
big day
since,
tomorrow.
in the last couple of weeks, because I've been just trying to focus on getting stuff done around the house and getting up at
tall
6.
with all the capital letters. I'll see
Gotta
you in the
be up
morning,
at
bright and
6
early.
a.m.
Yes, we got a big day tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your big Universal Day.
Mm-hmm. What I missed while I was gone? What story did you tell? Did I miss something?
Oh, Darla asked if I used my purse because she noticed that the handles were unwrapped.
Oh, did you use it?
No. I someone in one of the groups that I'm in on Facebook, it was Derek and Christie's shopping group.
Yeah. I know them.
One of their people.
The cruise people.
Yeah. One of the people on there had posted she wanted in real life pictures of this bag, the Americana, and another one. I don't remember which one it was, for a vlog, and asked if people would post in real life pictures. So I took all the wrapping off that to take pictures for her and sent them to her of the outside and the inside.
Well, also you can carry it Thursday when you go out to dinner for your
I got to spray
anniversary.
it first. I haven't bought the spray yet. I got to spray it first.
How do you get the spray? You've been needing to spray it for 2 weeks now.
I just haven't been to a store to buy it.
Oh.
I got to buy,
what store do you get it in?
You can get it at Target, but I was going to look at a different brand and order it off Amazon maybe. Because you got to protect the leather and all that so it doesn't get stained and wet, get water spots and all that. Because that's what happened to my sketch bag. And now I've got to figure out how to clean it. And I don't know that I can. And it looks terrible. I'm not the ear queen, Nick, but I do have several pairs.
He said, I want to be like David.
There's plenty of people that have way more ears than me, trust me. Way more. I only have 23 pairs right now, so. I did not get the tiki ears, Cookie.
No.
I did not.
That was one that was hard to get. It was like the whole thing shut down or something.
I know. Thank you, Everett.
That was crazy.
It's on Thursday. My anniversary's Thursday, so we're going to go to dinner. But then I'll be back in time to... Gary will share me.
Good night, Gail. Okay, I'll spin the wheel, Christopher. 4 times.
Oh, David T had his Today in Disney History as well.
Oh, did I miss that while I was gone?
It just came in a minute ago. It says 1998 soundtrack to Disney's Mulan is released. 2007 completed Ratatouille is viewed by the Pixar staff at a wrap party. And 2008.
Oh, wow.
2008 Space Shuttle Discovery docks at Space Station delivering Buzz Lightyear.
That's so cool. How cool is that?
Very cool.
Speaking of David T, I heard a funny story today. And David, tell me if I'm telling this right or wrong. What's your daughter's name? Kelly? Let me make sure I got her name right first. So David T's daughter did the Disney College program.
Yep.
And again, tell me if I'm telling the story incorrect or not. Her first day
Night, Gail.
at her real job was yesterday at the hospital.
I saw the picture.
Yeah. So she don't know if it's like her boss or somebody that she's working with or who, but somehow they got into a discussion about Disney. I'm good now. Right now anyway. Oh, and I just froze for a second.
You're fine now.
Okay.
That's delayed, remember?
I don't know what's going on. But anyway, they start talking about Disney and her experience during the Disney College program. And the lady that she was talking to, again, I don't know who the lady was. Could be her boss. I don't know. She starts telling a story about how her son almost drowned at Disney. Yeah. And Robin, they were sitting there talking. This is a small world. She was talking about how the lifeguard saved him. And do you know she was the lifeguard that saved the lady's son? Are you kidding me?
My
At the resort?
That's
That
crazy.
is a small world right there.
Yeah.
I was like floored from that story.
Wow.
Completely floored from that story.
Wow.
That is incredible.
That
Now,
is.
there you go. It's a small world after all.
Yes, it definitely is.
I was like blown away. I was like,
Wow.
you got to be kidding me. I don't know.
He
if
has
David's
more.
Oh, Kelsey. Kelsey's her name. I
Kelsey.
called her
Okay.
Kelly, but it's
Kelly,
Kelsey.
yeah.
So, David, did I tell that story correctly?
Said 2009, Broadway's Little Mermaid gets a new Ariel. 2010, Disney legend Randy Newman receives a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Very
Wait
cool.
a minute. What are we doing here?
That was more history from David.
Oh, yeah, that was
Disney
cool.
history.
A
That's
new
so cool.
Ariel.
A new Ariel. The Little Mermaid on Broadway.
Corey from Living in Diz says, at Cookie Harris, Pirates of the Caribbean music plays because I dance like Tanya does and Tammy dances like Robin usually does. Tanya waves her hands back and forth and Robin sways. I'm always like, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel 4 times because I got to let you all go. It's getting late. But I also need to hear whatever story you need to tell about what happened today.
It's okay.
No, I want to hear that.
We haven't finished yet.
I need to hear
I gotta go back
happened.
and find out what they talked about more. So,
okay, here we go. All right, we're spinning 4 times, and then the names are getting smaller and smaller. Look how it's not nearly as crowded anymore. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I think that's Dawn from Canada, and I don't think she's in here tonight. Is it Dawn from Canada?
I think it might be.
Dawn. Is it?
Yes.
Canacino? It is Dawn from Canada. I'm just going to put on here Dawn from Canada because that's.
Well,
and it's Dawn. Yeah, I'm writing that down.
Here,
so
right?
for
Here,
my
right?
notes.
Yay, Dawn.
Canon. How am I saying that? Canacina?
Canonico.
Canonico.
I think.
I'm screwing it up. I know. She said she's gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Congratulations, Dawn. Congratulations,
what
Dawn.
I don't want to mention it again.
Oh, David T said CPR trainer decided to go to the medical field when she was a lifeguard at Disney. That is where it started this morning. That is incredible. What a
awesome,
grand story that is, David.
I love it.
Okay, here we go. Let's do this again. We got to do it 4 times. Good luck, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Jackie Chase. It's Jackie Chase. Congratulations. I don't know if Jackie's here tonight either.
I don't think I've seen her. Unless it's a different name.
Jackie Chase. Congratulations. That's so exciting. I don't know if she's here or not.
What did I just read, Andrea?
I don't know. It just popped up. I'm like, huh?
What am I reading?
I don't think she's on here tonight. I'm waiting to see if she pops in. Because sometimes people are sitting on the couch watching. Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, well, that's always fun. That is always fun. All right, number 3. Here we go. Good luck, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Samara's name is still on here. I forgot to take her off. But she won last time. Diane Beckett! Diane Beckett! All right, Diane Beckett. Congratulations. That's so exciting. Kent said, looks like I got here right at the end. Yeah, you did. I'm echoing?
No, me. Because we're sharing. It'll go away.
Okay, one more. Oh, God. Carol Lyons. So tonight we have Dawn from Canada, because I can't say your last name without screwing it all the way up. Jackie Chase, Diane Beckett, and Carol Lyons. Congratulations, everyone. You will be getting an email from Christopher very soon. Incredible.
That's so cool.
Okay. Close
so
that
David
out.
said, then her boss started talking about how her family was at Walt Disney World just before closing and told Kelsey about her grandson being saved and what transpired. Kelsey knew it was her based on the story. That is so cool.
That is so cool.
Wow.
I cannot
that's
believe it
amazing.
either. I know.
That is amazing.
Just incredible.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, David T said, Tanya,
everybody.
Kentucky Kingdom is opening on June 29th with reduced admission, $29.95.
Wow.
I always kept a season pass for Kentucky Kingdom. That was my Disney World back in Kentucky. I always had to go to a park. It's always been something I enjoy. So we couldn't be at Disney World, so we had season passes, and every weekend we went to Kentucky Kingdom or Holiday World. But I didn't have a season pass for Holiday World, but we got the discounted ticket prices from the military post.
Yep.
So earlier tonight, somebody asked you about an update about Ryan. What's going on?
Joe was asking, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't really have any more information than what he has to decide by 11:59 p.m. tomorrow night if he wants to sign up for the voluntary transfer. So that's kind of what we're going over with him. He's struggling with what to decide because he was just starting to feel comfortable in his role. So the thought of, one, not knowing what role they'll put him into, and two, they can move you around. You could be at a different location, a different whatever every day. You could be working first shift, second shift, third shift. There's no guarantee of what your schedule will be on any given day. And I mean, even though his schedule would change throughout the week, at least he knew he was either going to be at ESPN or he was going to be at Hollywood Studios. Those were the two places. And he knew what to expect. So it's not knowing what's expected of him that would throw him for a loop.
Yeah.
So we were trying to like, first of all, you have to decide, do you want to even opt into this, or, do you feel comfortable going back? Are you ready to be around, that many people and under those circumstances? And do you feel like, or, do you want to wait it out and see what happens? But there's no guarantee of when they'll call you back. There's no guarantee they'd call him back even if he signed up for the transfer, because they still have to do it based on seniority. So there's no guarantee. But, and then if you do, which roles do you want to say yes, you're willing to try? And so we were kind of
Change is
going over
very
all that.
difficult. Yes.
Yeah, it is. I mean, change is hard on everybody, but
Right.
you know, he likes to know what's expected of him, and it's the unknown stuff that throws him for a loop. So
For sure.
you know, we were going over that with him, and they were going to go through it a little bit more and look at the different, you know, we had looked at the roles the other day, you know, and went through the job descriptions and all that. And then your pay will change based on the role you're doing. And it's like,
Well, I just wonder, I mean, because he is already quick service food and beverage,
right.
if
We're
he
like,
puts that down, like,
right. What's the difference?
there's no guarantee he'll get, yeah. I don't know. Why don't they just let him come back
I don't know.
to his
And
role?
like I said, there's no guarantee, even if he opts into this, there's still no guarantee that they get to him on the list. It depends how many other full-timers, you know, also elect to do it. And, you know, so many people. I wonder if he
could reach out to the recruiter at all. Maybe send an email, say, I do want to, you know, come back, but.
Yeah.
And I could do the quick service food and beverage, but would I be able to get in my role or something?
Well, I don't think he'd mind even if it was quick service, I don't think he'd mind if it was somewhere else, because at least he knows the job. You know what I mean?
Right.
He knows the basics of the job. Yes, each individual location has its own little quirks, but the basics, if you're food and beverage, you can pretty much work anywhere. You should be able to work anywhere on property. But the whole, you know, NBA thing, it's like, well, if that's going to go through, why wouldn't he get called back? Because they're going to need the people at ESPN, and that's his home location.
Exactly.
So that's what is kind of make. He's like, do I risk it? But they say once your position and location is open, you'll go back to that role. This is a one-time temporary situation. So, you know, I know he's whining for no reason.
Well, what do you recommend he do, Mom?
Well, I mean, I want him to do what feels right for him, and he wants to be back. He definitely wants to be back there more than anything. But after everything he went through, he's very, very hesitant I think he's fearful that if he were to do if something didn't go well, I think he's afraid that he would lose his job. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Which that makes sense after what he went through. Yeah, me either.
I can't blame him for feeling that way. So he's struggling with that. So we'll see. He's fine, everybody. I swear.
So tomorrow he's going to make the decision.
He's fine. He's right here. They're all saying, poor dog. He's just a baby.
I know, but Fenway sounds so sad. We can hear him going, oh.
He's just whining. He needs
the mommy love.
He's a whiner.
Okay. So by this time tomorrow, we may know what his decision is.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because we're not gonna wait till 11:59 tomorrow night to submit it. I thought about that. I'm like, maybe we should call HR. Maybe someone that can, you know.
Yeah, that lady that helped you all before.
You know, he checked the union website because the other union, one of the unions, has already given information to cast members, but those are for different roles. So we were hoping maybe the union he's under would also have information, but there hasn't been anything posted from them yet. So anyway, he definitely wants to come back. That's definitely not a question. He wants to be there. So it's just whether he's ready to go back doing anything or if he wants to wait until his particular role is available.
And also, you know, I know that he is a germaphobe too. Is that something that's weighing in the back of his mind? Like, do I want to go back?
I'm sure that is a little bit of it. But, you know, I said to him, if
Good night, Kent.
There's no guarantee that, 6 months from now, anything's going to be any better. There's no guarantee a year from now that anything's going to be any different. We hope there is. We hope that there's going to be a vaccine and we hope there's going to be a treatment, but there's no guarantees of that. So you have to, eventually life has to go on, So
Yeah.
you've got to figure it out. You can't hide in a bubble forever. And he's anxious to get out and do things. So, hopefully.
Sarah J said, well, I'll say a special prayer for guidance and
Thank
for
you.
your family tonight, Robin.
Thank you.
She's so sweet, isn't she?
Yes,
Sarah
she is.
J. I'm
Yes.
glad you're a part of the crazy crew.
Everyone's awesome.
Yeah.
He knows he knows
Good
what he
night, Natalie
wants,
Tam.
but he's scared of, and I can't blame him for everything that he went through.
I
So
know.
can't blame him for being.
Well, I too will say a special prayer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He'll be fine. He knows what he wants, so he's just gotta be willing to pull the trigger. So
Yeah. I already know what my kid's doing, but I know it's a lot easier when you're right here rather than being up there.
right,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of it is also he's nervous about the time frame. If he were to do the transfer, the whole, you could have to be here in 5 days thing is kind of scary to him because he is the type who needs to plan for stuff. So
Corey said, we hope Ryan decides to come back. He's done it before and he can do it again.
oh, he'll be
Yes.
back one way or
Yeah.
another. He'll be back. It's just
Yeah.
whether he's gonna elect to hopefully be called back early or he's gonna wait for his role. Either way,
Yeah.
he's a full timer, and the full timers have to be brought back before any of the others.
Exactly.
We know it will
Mike
happen.
Wheeler said, the only bubble I ever want to hide in forever is a Disney bubble.
Yep.
That's right, Mike Wheeler. Hello, Mike
Yep.
Wheeler, by the way. How are
Yep.
you?
Yep.
Alex, yeah, everybody's like, adulting is hard. Prayers for Ryan. I'll be
Yep.
thinking of him, says
Thank
Alex.
Yeah,
Corey said,
Corey,
has
Mariah
Mariah
has
had
the same.
options? Yes, Mariah has gotten her email as well. And
Mhm.
I know she already said, well, the first thing she said was, I'm not doing custodial because her role wasn't on the thing. She was like,
Right.
so what do I do? I'm like,
Right.
well, you either select one of those roles and tell them that you'll go in another role, or you sit here and you wait until
Yeah.
character
So
attendants
that's
go back to work.
basically the option.
Yeah, you have to. She was like, I got to go back to work. I can't.
Yeah.
How long is it going to be? Like, I can't sit here another 30, 60, 90, 120
And this
days. I
kid
don't know.
still hasn't been paid a penny. Not a stinking penny.
Oh my God.
Not one penny has this kid received.
Oh, Robin, imagine if he was in his own apartment or
I
something.
know. I know.
Oh my gosh. Natalie said, Robin and Ryan, good luck with your decision tomorrow. Praying for guidance of the decision, what is best.
Oh,
Thank
Cookie,
you
that's so
for that,
sweet.
Natalie.
Thank
That was
you.
so sweet.
Cookie's-
Joe said, I hope whatever choice that he makes, it's right for him. Thank you
Yep.
for updating, Robin.
He'll
Look
be
forward to hearing the final decision. Believe me, if I could go back there to work, I would. That's for sure.
Oh, that's definitely
Yeah.
not a doubt in his mind. He knows where he wants
Yeah.
to be. He wants to be there more than anything. More than anything, he wants to be there. He does. But thank you, Joe. That's sweet, Cookie. Thank you.
Corey
We would
says,
fly out of
Robin.
Boston for JetBlue.
What is it?
Cookie said, if he has to get there quick, let me know. I have connections with my crew members and leaders. And ask what
Sweet.
airport he would
Hey,
need
we
to
know
travel.
somebody at JetBlue now, Robin. Whoop, whoop. That is fantastic.
Thank you, Natalie.
So Corey said, Robin, I know you guys registered later than we did. I will tell you that we just started to get money 2 weeks ago, so maybe Ryan's money is on the way.
He's still pending, active monetary status pending. He keeps filing his every 2 weeks.
That's so weird.
Yeah. He's
And
not
you
alone. He's not alone. There are
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of people who have not received a penny, and not just Disney people.
That's so crazy.
It's awful.
I hate that for you all.
It is awful.
Oh.
Terrible.
Oh, that active pending is annoying. Do you want me to private message you some phone numbers that that have worked for me? Corey said.
I have some, but yeah, you can send me the numbers you have. We have all the numbers. We've called.
You can
All
send them to me too, Corey.
All we keep getting is, it takes a long time. Like, well, that doesn't pay the rent.
Yeah.
And the school loans and the car payment.
Are you gonna call call the people and tell them for me?
You're gonna tell the government I'm not gonna send them my money? You're gonna call the bank and tell I'm not gonna pay my car loan? Because those are things that have to be paid whether you're working or not, or getting paid or not.
That's so bad. I'm so sorry that that's going on with you all.
It'll all work out.
Yeah.
It will all
Luckily,
work out.
he's at home, or like if he was here, he was at Christopher's.
Yes.
I can't imagine if you would have moved him out of the Disney College housing and put him in an apartment, where you would be right now. That's insane. And a lot of people did do that.
Absolutely, a lot of people did that.
Ugh.
It's awful. I feel so bad for them all.
Yeah, me too. Crazy. Well, if you don't have anything else, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Yep. I'm going to go talk to my kid.
I got to be up early in the morning.
That's
it's the grand opening for pass holders at Universal. And I have a hot date with Christopher.
Yeah.
I'll meet you over there, honey. Yeah, me and Tom and Christopher, and I'm not sure who else is going to be over there, but I know we're going to be over there. I'm going to try to go live. I plan on plugging up all my stuff and showing you all a little bit, but I know we can't really go on rides and stuff. We won't tell our husbands, Christopher.
Christopher said as of yesterday, Florida unemployment had 62,000 pending unpaid claims.
That's crazy. Hey, Darlene. Good night, David.
It's just disgusting.
It is crazy, crazy, crazy.
Here we are, almost 3 months later?
Almost 4 months. Oh, no, almost 3 months. You're right. It'll be 4 months when the park opens.
Yeah.
That it had been closed.
Yep.
David said Jen went on rides today, but I think Jen has like a camera where she could do that.
Yeah, you can't.
I don't have that.
They don't let you,
because they don't let you bring on your equipment. I think she has a special camera to be able to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. I watched all day her stream. Yep. Yeah, that was awesome to see an empty Universal like that. Wow.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, crazy. That was so cool. I was watching, she was there for a long time, so I couldn't watch the entire time, but I was definitely listening.
Yeah.
But I'll be there tomorrow. Tom is going to be doing some vlogging. He'll probably do some live streaming. He's actually staying on property. And I don't know. Maybe I'll see you all tomorrow. I might not do like an 8 o'clock thing tomorrow night if I go live over there tomorrow.
Yep.
So, because I might not be home by 8. I don't know. Well, actually, I will be home by 8. I forgot we have a curfew. Jeez. Good night, Nick Spears and Sarah J. Good night, Grandpa.
Everybody.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night.
Everybody.
Good night.
Let's see. Cindy Lou Who is still here. I thought she left a little bit earlier. Good night, Christine. Good night, Priscilla. Good night, Alex. Good night, Robin. Good night to all my mods. Thank you all so much. Good night, Dan. And here's Savvy. Not that Matterhorn Matt. What's up?
Hey, Matt.
I haven't talked to Matt in a couple of days.
Good night, Kristen. It was so fun to see you guys.
Good night, Kristen. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, everybody. Stephanie and Debbie and Kim. Jan S. Disney 1974. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Miss Ruby. Mwah! Love you, Miss Ruby.
Good night.
She's so sweet.
I love Ruby.
Aw.
Ruby Princess.
I'll see you all sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure when, but whenever. Just make sure your notification bell is on because I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, when I hit that live button, I want to see all y'all there. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Always do what makes you happy and dream big.
Good
and
night,
it's too
everybody.
late for me to yell for Alexa because some people got babies in the bed. It's almost 11 o'clock. So, good night.
Good night. Good night, Joe.
Good night, Joe.
Good night, Natalie. Good night,
Sweet
Heidi.
dreams. Good night, Heidi. Mwah.
Good night. Good night, Rosalie.